Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of the Relics of Old. Last week, our group of adventurers left the Grung Encampment's lake, trailed by 6 villagers. Wandering around a bit in the forest, they eventually stumbled upon another pond, lake-like thing, and noticed an ogre with really weird, deformations on its body, green pustules that seem to form under its skin. Thinking that this is a bad idea to take down at the moment, they fled the other direction, hoping to find town, and instead found themselves in an enchanted meadow, to some extent. A large tree with ever-changing fruit, flowers that were illusional in themselves, and an overall sense of calm covered this area. Having spent some time there, they all found themselves resting, whether they wanted to or not. And then in the morning, tasting this fruit that seemed to change its shape and consistency even after being plucked and eaten. Iniara searched around a bit in this area, discovering the spell scroll that Jowan at the magic shop back in Spielburg had requested. Got in contact with the Undying Court, who helped them connect her to Irena, the druid who previously looked over Spielburg and has since turned into a tree. Having been rested, all of that information gained, the group headed back towards the ogre, encountering a very brutal battle against an ogre who tended to splash acid on anybody who attacked it close by, or in general. The group was victorious, although quite battered, and we find ourselves, most of us are here this evening, back at the lake shore, the pond shore, shortly after the ogre has died. And with that, I will turn it to the players. What would you like to do now?
I could use some rest.
I was gonna say, I think we need to do a short rest for most of the players.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah. Ow. Whew.
Hey, I still have
All right.
inspiration.
Oh, same.
Seems about right. I think several of you still do.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's used
I
it.
think so.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not even sure what I used it for, but
All right, where would you guys like to set up for your short rest?
Not next to the cave, because we haven't even checked the cave out. So there was a clearing, right?
Correct.
That we came through?
Yeah, the clearing, Irena's rest, about half hour
I
backwards.
don't say we go half hour. I'd say we just go... No, we had to come into a clearing around this lake.
On the far side of it, technically, yes. Is that the trees thinned out a bit of
Let's
it
see.
and kind of gave way to the pond that is near this cave.
Go back just inside of the tree line and rest?
that's fine. I'm not doing too bad myself. I can stand watch while you two take your rest, and I'll let you know if anything else comes out of that cave.
Say, I'm good. I got 18 out of 19.
What time of day is it?
I'm not good.
Morning?
I'd say you're probably looking at early morning still. Maybe mid-morning at this point, after you had your encounter and did everything within Irena's rest.
Remember where
And then walked
Fink's
this way.
health was at? Did Fink get messed
I don't
up?
think Fink had been hit either. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think you guys had encountered some goblins on the way over as well. But
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I think
besides
me
that,
and,
you...
me and Petunia
largely
took pretty
fine.
much all the damage on
Yeah,
that
you
last
guys did.
encounter.
Yeah,
Some
For
more
certain.
than others.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm hurting very much. Ouchies.
We could definitely
you
take a
got
short
hit
rest.
real hard.
Yeah.
No,
No,
who
need
would
rest.
like to try to find a safe spot to rest?
I think Iso
I will.
got the best ability.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you want me to roll for?
Survival check.
Perception survival. Okay.
Yep.
First roll of the night is natural 18 for 22.
Nice.
Not bad.
Nice.
That's a pretty good roll. All right, so you kind of take a moment and hurriedly, and by I take a moment, you hurriedly do this. That doesn't make sense. You take a moment, you look through the tree line and find an area that you think will be just out of line of sight of the cave behind you, and immediately start setting off that direction and find a secluded little hollow in the trees that you feel should be safe.
So about how far off are we from the shoreline? Can I still see the cave from the spot I was able to find?
Yeah, if you kind of like poke your head around one of the trees, you still have a fairly good path towards the cave.
I'll just kind of
probably maybe another 50 feet away from the lake into the trees itself, and then maybe 100 plus feet from the cave itself.
So while they're resting, I'm just going to be on the tree line scanning the shore and that cave and see if I see any more movement.
Yeah, about 100 feet out. All right. Why don't you roll me a perception check as you take watch during their rest? Petunia and Eniara, you are free to roll hit dice at this point as you short rest.
All right. I'm honestly.
And for those of you that regain things on a short rest, feel free to do so as well.
I think I'm good.
16 on the perception.
Definitely
Pretty good.
took my hit.
All right. So about partway into this, after you guys had kind of cleared off past the pond, you do see 3 figures making their way out of the cave, wondering what happened. You see little goblins with those green pustules all over their body as well. They seem to notice the ogre and shriek just a bit, and then rush over and try to move it.
What did they say? DM.
What did they say?
Yeah. Guess who speaks Goblin?
Who would that be?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, really crazy.
Yeah, Eniara speaks Goblin.
They go, "Ah, Badir is dead!" And then they rush over to the ogre, and you see one of them kind of like grab him by the waist. You're pretty sure that's the waist that he's grabbing, and start pulling. And he seems to be the only one of the 3 goblins that makes any progress. The other 2 are trying for like the feet and the head and getting nowhere really fast. Taking a couple of minutes doing this, they finally just give up, leave the body, and then walk back into the cave, a little hurriedly. But...
Well, it thinks that we know what's inside the cave a little bit now.
I mean, I feel a little better. Not a ton, but better.
I don't think
I'm
this
gonna
would be...
say check that real quick. They do say one thing before leaving.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, let's go tell Gertrude about this. And then they head off to the cave.
Shit.
I will, I think, they're gonna go tell Gertrude. She's got her hands much further than I thought she did.
Gertrude is a name you have not
Oh,
heard.
it was Gretchen, not Gertrude. Sorry.
Gretchen is the sea hag that you had
There's a
encounter with.
Gertrude.
So I was gonna start chanting, burn the body, hide the evidence, burn the body, hide the evidence.
I mean, we could take out the goblins
you already
before they
kind of
talk
started
to
a bit.
whoever this Gertrude is, and then we could hide the bodies and burn the evidence.
I don't know if it'd be in our best interest right now to go into that cave when Petunia's rather rocked. And Fink seems out of it at the moment, and we do still have all those villagers back at the rest. So do we really want to go dungeon diving?
Not necessarily dungeon diving, but I at the very least would feel comfortable knowing that they couldn't come up behind us on our journey back.
Right, well, we
3 goblins with the 3 of us.
that we could see. What if they have another big one in there? What if they have 3?
True. Let me see what they've got for
I'm
spells.
not a very scouty reconnaissance type of person. If I go in there, they're gonna hear me.
Do you want someone to go in there and...
Are you offering?
I am offering, yes.
If you can be undetected, if you feel
Well,
bad taking these people
Why, I
out.
thought at the very least I can How much do I want to tell you? You're a paladin. I can be sneaky type. And,
That's true. I don't know you're here half the time.
I can really play into the way my people used to be with them. If I get caught, I could attempt it. If I get caught. That's it.
I'm going to tell you right now, after fighting that big one, it hurts.
It looked like it
if
hurt,
you get into a
especially
battle with
Petunia.
them, well, double so. I just don't want yourself putting yourself in undue.
How tall do you think the
Danger?
cave walls are in there? If I stand on the ceiling, do you think they'll be able to hit me?
The big ones, maybe.
Not the
If not,
goblins.
they could at the very least huck a goblin at you.
Just fuck a goblin. Well,
Don't mind me while
I
take
will
quick
go
notes.
check it out to make sure there isn't the big one. If there's just the 3 goblins, I think you, me, and Petunia can, from a distance, me and Petunia can sling spells and can stay here and recuperate a little bit more. Seems a little out of it.
Yeah, sounds good. And you hear little tinkering on the inside of Fink's armor.
How is she doing that? Or how is he doing that from the inside?
I think it's a lot rubier in there than we know.
Yeah, it's a gnome secret.
Ah, ancient gnome secrets.
It's a secret.
I think this is more than Fink would talk.
That makes sense.
Yeah, probably.
I will DM.
I can sling some spells as long as I don't get hurt.
I will go in and
Oh.
do some reconnaissance and see if that's all there is in there.
And this will be after your short rest,
Yeah.
correct? Or are you good
I'm
to go?
good to go.
This will be during
I
the
didn't need
rest,
to do a
or-
short rest at all.
Okay.
You know, I probably
You didn't want to
should
recover
ask
any
for
spells?
reading.
I only used one. Oh, I did use a bunch of bursts, didn't I?
So
How do I do that?
Could I cast a spell
When I get back?
right now?
Sure. If you so
I-
choose.
I would like to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
This arc.
Okay.
Ooh, even with your short rest?
Yeah.
You made sure to add your con modifier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ouch.
I was
I mean,
down.
Petunia did get
2 hit
wrecked.
points.
Yeah, Petunia got wrecked.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
was
still
down
looking rough?
2.
Well, you rolled a 10 for your
Oh,
hit
well-
die recovery, right?
Hold on 1 second here. Sorry, little came and hit something, and I had to exit and go back into my character sheet.
Oh,
Gotcha.
no worries.
Anyway, so I am only 3 down, so
Oh, that's not so bad.
You're fine.
I'll be okay now.
Pretty good. Yeah.
After that roll, yeah, I'm only 3 down.
Okay. All right.
I wish
So-
I got stepped back on a short rest.
Got to play a character that does that, and then you'll be
Right.
fine. Just multi-class. It'll
Yeah.
be all right.
There you go.
I mean, I'd say there's plenty of people if you want to go warlock. You know,
You could go warlock.
probably find a couple.
He's got the charisma for it.
Anyway,
Or he should have the charisma.
while you are having the short rest, you see Petunia like slowly patching up, kind of like stuffing clovers into various wounds and burns. And you see, like, as the clover kind of decays and falls, that the wound is healing quite well. Not perfectly, considering, but it's healing very well. And then you notice Iniara kind of, after being informed by Iso, she just kind of starts walking towards the cave.
Yeah.
Um,
I will I won't go very deep inside, but if we can stop from somebody else knowing what's going on. I mean, if they're informing somebody that that thing is dead, I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing for the village. So I will...
I mean, I do agree. It's... I don't like sending someone in by themselves and backup can come... How would we know if you got into trouble?
I will throw a spell out of the cave.
Is it going to be Mind Sliver?
No. Well, maybe.
If I get an excruciating headache, I'll know to come in and any hour is in trouble.
I was gonna do Chill Chat's got 120, so a little bit of a difference. Dancing lights. I could throw dancing lights.
That might...
I'll throw... And they will be in the form of a humanoid if I'm in trouble. If they're separated, I'm still good.
Okay. I'm willing. How far back do you want us to be from you going in?
Oh, that's a good question. Finish the rest.
I don't want to be on the other side of the lake and all of a sudden see dancing lights and it takes me 2 minutes to get there.
Yeah, because I'll be dead by then.
Maybe say about 50 feet back
Probably be good, yeah.
from the cave entrance. Because then I would at least
50 feet back would put you at about the lake, or like the pond's edge.
I'm assuming this stuff on the bottom is the pond?
Yeah. That kind of thing that looks like it actually might be rock is actually...
Okay, I was gonna say, that looks like rock.
Damn, they got some hard water here.
It's very hard water. Looks crystal clear, but it is...
It's
hard
crystal
AF.
clear, and that's what the bottom of the lake looks like.
Need some
Yep.
water softener.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. That's the bottom of the lake. Or crystal
okay.
clear. It's just entirely made of crystals. There is no water. One of the two. I'll let you decide.
Well, I am going to
So
try
it-
to stealth in a little bit.
You
Does
can
that
certainly
mean, like,
try.
the cave entrance is up here?
Yeah, I think so.
Top right of your map. Yeah.
Okay.
That graphic that definitely looks like it should be part of this.
Yeah. All right, I rolled an 18 plus something, so give me a sec. I got a +3 to stealth, so 21.
21.
Pretty much right.
Just
Um,
sneaky.
trying to decide how I want to do this. I think
That sounds
I'm not going to
ominous.
show you. I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
So as you kind of stealthily slink and you disappear to everyone around you, somehow she managed to vanish in broad daylight. There are not very many shadows. She just kind of immediately clings to the rock and is gone.
You didn't know she had
You slink
invisibility.
a bit. The cave kind of turns almost immediately before it opens up into a long hallway.
Okay.
At the far end of the hallway, you can see a brightly lit torch, and you can kind of get the feel that there's two other exits off of this hallway. So 3 in total on this long chute of a hallway.
Beware the hallway.
Right.
Whoa, terrifying.
How long is that
Why don't
hallway?
you roll me a perception check as
Okay.
you kind of...
I'm in the dark,
creep
right?
forward a little bit. There's torchlight everywhere. You're not in broad daylight, so it's a normal...
Oh, okay. So 16 plus 3, 19.
19. All right. Ahead, you hear the sounds of a few goblins shuffling around at the far end of the hallway.
All right. I'm not gonna go too far ahead. I was just gonna see, like, make sure that in the immediate. How far is that hallway?
That hallway is...
And how tall is the ceiling? It's important.
The hallway you're looking down is about 45 feet long. At the end of that is where that room is that you hear
Stuff.
goblinoid sounds.
Are they saying anything or just goblin sounds?
You hear a lot of grumbling, like, I wish Gertrude would just take care of this herself. And then you hear rooting around for something in general. You're not sure. You hear the shifting of objects and things like
Well,
that.
no, that's good enough because I will go back, relay that information about the hallway and whatnot. And I don't know. I'm guessing they've got a hold of this Gertrude person and they wanted to. I assume she, or Gertrude, wants them to take care of the issue, which might be us and the villagers and the town. I think we kind of. Yeah.
I think we can take care of the issue, just not tell her.
What would the issue be? Obviously they know they're here and they've told somebody else. This Gertrude person. Who seems to be their boss of sorts. And then she's...
Well, if you feel it's best.
We can come back, but I'm concerned that there might be something happening to the town. Or the people who live outside of town. And it's a risk. I'm not saying that we, with the three of us, it's also a risk to go in there in our state.
What state? I'm just an old man. I took down that
I'm fine.
silly bastard.
Because we're, halfway tapped on our spells and whatnot?
Yeah, I'm halfway tapped, but that's because I only cast one spell.
Well, we could bring the villagers back. I'd say as much as I don't want to spend the night outside again. We could spend the night outside.
I mean, you didn't spend the night outside last time either. You slept in a tent. That's inside something.
Well, it's not inside with amenities but still outside. It's kind of roughing it a little bit.
I'm good camping. I'll sleep on the ground. You can have an extra blanket, but I had given it to one of the...
No, that's understandable. Just, I'm not used to not being taken care of. It's not easy. I am trying. Do or do not. There's no try.
I'm not used to people.
They're not so bad once you get over the smell.
Usually they're getting over my smell. I lived in the woods for a while, but
I think
I'll
it's
try
lovely.
to help.
I don't know. We seem to be a group. So I say this is a group decision. What we do between the three of us. I don't know. Fink seems definitely out of it today, so I don't know if we can count on Fink.
Nah, I think Fink will just follow along, figure out what she's tinkering on, or he's tinkering on, and figure that out.
Sounds like a plan.
Did Fink get hit at all?
A bit in the goblin encounter. And then I don't believe in the ogre encounter. I could be mistaken.
Alright. I was just gonna say we could just go off of that. Fink got hit
I
pretty hard
think
and
he stayed far enough back on a lot of that combat to not be hit by
Okay.
things.
Yeah, you guys all went range while I played meat shield.
well, you're the paladin.
Worked out for most of them.
I came to heal you,
Yeah.
and then I almost died.
We need to get you healing from a distance.
Last time she does something nice for you.
Obviously, it's
First
better luck
and
if I'm
last.
mean to you. Oops, I have to live with that.
Well, how much of a trickery do we want to play? Maybe we can buy some time. with me as a drow to get them to stay in the cave. I'm thinking like a rogue. I'm not a rogue.
Very true. Some would say you're almost the exact opposite.
I'm a wizard. I am a drow, but that only goes so far.
Here's the thing. We take care of this now while we still have somewhat of an element of surprise going for us.
That's true.
I mean, not much. They found the body, however, they may not be expecting us to go into this cave. If we bring the villagers back and then come back later, they may have time to fortify their ranks and or cave.
That is true. That's true. So
And then routing them would be even worse.
that's true.
So I would pose it as, how much of a threat do you think these goblins may pose to the villagers?
Hmm. Do you remember seeing?
I wouldn't mind getting rid of the goblins. To be honest, it seems like it would cause a lot more harm to the village.
Right.
It would help them a lot more than 3 goblins. There's more people in the village.
There could be more than 3 goblins in there, but if we can take them out from a, 1-on-1, well, 3-on-1, or 3-on-2, or 3 max, versus getting swarmed. Take it room by room. Although those ones that came
I'm
out
okay with
definitely
that.
had those pustule things too, right?
Correct.
Alright, so I think they're going to be kind of similar as to damage. Non-spell damage seems to just make those things burst, and it didn't look like that felt very good, so...
Well, I have a little bit of gas left in the... Oh, whatever gas is.
Oil?
Oil... Lamp oil in me.
Oh, that good old whale blubber.
I have a little bit left in me to throw at whatever's in there, but...
Alright, so we deal with this cave quick, and then we go back with the villagers, knowing this part is safer.
And if we die, it was a pleasure serving with all of you.
And then I hope Magda's ready for her game, because...
Right?
We're all gonna die.
No.
It'll be lovely for Fink to come back to. Yeah, I just need 3 death saving throws. Don't worry about it. Like,
Well, I figured
What?
we'd
No,
have
it's fine. You've
Fink
already
stay out
killed 2.
here. And if we don't come back
It's
by
fine.
nightfall, we died.
Fink wanders alone back into town to find 3 brand new adventurers at the ready. Craziest thing. No.
It would be the craziest thing. We send Fink back ahead and be like, hey, they just went to go take care of an extra problem. We've got this.
I mean, we could send... Well, that's the thing. We don't really want to send Fink back, because if she does come in, then she's going to have to explain why she's, kind of just standing
Right.
there and we're all gone.
So he could tinker.
Fink learned teleport very
Yeah.
briefly.
I figured we'd have Fink stay out here. Unless, Bushwhack makes it, and then Fink was with us this whole time.
Sure.
Works for me.
It's not that
Hung
bad.
back in
Oh.
the shadows.
Yep.
All right. You're choosing to
So-
go into the cave.
Yes, I don't like that
I
voice.
believe.
Sorry. You're choosing to go into the cave.
That was
I don't like
worse.
that voice either.
Nope. All right. Let me try again. So you're choosing to go into the cave. No, I'm failing. All right. Let's try this. Hopefully it updates quickly for you guys.
Before we go into the cave, Iso's gonna go to one of the nearest trees and
Mhm.
cut off a couple boughs and place them on Fink's armor.
Kind of like upright, so Fink looks like a tree.
Yeah, giving him a little bit of cover.
All right.
Oh, he looks
You
conspicuous.
see Fink kind of like T-pose it a bit, and you know that either he is ritually casting something or just standing there. You're not sure which.
Yep, just hold that pose, just like that, and put up a
Got
pose.
it.
That works. Perfect.
So, the three of you move forward around a short bend before coming to a long hallway in a fairly decently lit cave. I believe all of you, Petunia, presumably you into this as the initial bit is kind of dark, and then you notice that not light a torch, sorry, you use light, and then notice that it is brightly lit. That's what you see. Presumably, assuming that your screens have switched over.
Yeah, it did switch over pretty quickly. I just had to scroll down a lot. Alright, do we want me to sneak ahead a little bit?
I just had a
Remember,
question.
you're not
How
a rogue.
I
tall
know.
was the ogre that we felled?
You would estimate at least 8 feet in height, not taller.
Petunia is not quite that tall.
No.
Correct. Petunia is about 6.5 feet. Petunia,
That's-
not that you're familiar with Fearbolgs, but is quite short for one.
Extremely short. I was like the runt of the litter.
Mm-hmm. If the runt of the litter had a runt of the litter, that's Petunia.
I was gonna say, I mean...
Exactly. That was my cat.
Petunia, can you still do your little changey look thingy?
Yeah. What do we need me to look like? You?
Flattered as I am, no. I was thinking, what if can you look like one of those disgusting goblins?
Yeah, but I'll be a pretty big goblin or a pretty small ogre.
You do notice that this cave is tall enough to allow for an ogre to walk through it without stooping very much.
Ooh.
If anything, their head would probably be brushing just along the top of the ceiling.
We could go if you
Very
changed
spacious.
into an ogre that looked like that one. That Gretchen brought or sent you.
I could look semi-different.
Right, not the same
so that I
one.
could say, yeah.
But
that would
that you
work.
are reinforcement sent by Gretchen. Not Gretchen, Gertrude.
Except I don't speak Goblin.
Do ogres usually speak Goblin? Or do they speak...
Great question.
Don't know. Didn't meet an ogre before today.
I know, I didn't either. I didn't know what they all spoke. I just heard the language I understood.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what... I mean, I couldn't talk. Maybe I could just grunt?
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Point at your...
Oh,
You can point at your throat like you took damage in your throat, and if you want to make it look more real, I can punch you in the throat.
I can just disguise self to make it look like I don't have a tongue.
oh,
Jeez.
that would be good.
Well, if you want to go through it half-assed, feel free.
I mean, otherwise, I can speak Goblin. Again, I know there's unfortunately still parts of my society that follow the old ways. I could pretend to be one of them, and I'll talk with the goblins, and...
Can you make yourself look pussier?
No, I don't know any drow that would want to make themselves look puffier. Especially those of the old ways. You thought we were bad. Do we see these guys that you just put on the map?
Sorry, what?
I noticed that.
I'm
on the map.
going to use disguise self, by the way, to
Okay.
do myself as the biggest I can get. I think it's only a 12-inch difference.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Like
You
a
can
foot.
Yeah,
slightly
it's like a-
increase or decrease your
Yeah.
visual height.
Correct. That is what it is. So I'm going to get as tall as I can get and go about 12 inches up. And be a semi-similar but different pustules, my own artistic ability in disguising myself.
All right. Easy enough. You attempt as best you can to do the representations of all the pustules that you saw on an ogre. Your form grows a bit in size and bulk as you take on the form of that ogre. You kind of look
And-
down and, wow, it doesn't look too bad.
No tongue.
No tongue.
Also that too. You think not so bad.
Totally happy with it.
So was the plan that we're
You
prisoners,
see,
or
as you kind of do that and kind of move forward from the group, one of the goblins at the far end of the cave, ah! We have another? You hear Iniara. Petunia, you just understand goblin shrieks.
she's so
I kind of just stand there and wait for Iniar to say something or do something because I'm just being intimidating.
all right? We're going with that one then. I will do the goblin shrieks back, and yes, this one has no tongue. This one cannot speak.
A new recruit?
Yes.
I just go. Hopefully more intimidating than that.
Gotcha. Petunia, why don't you roll me an intimidation check? And Iniara, please roll me a persuasion check.
All right. Okay.
A 7.
19.
19.
I rolled a 17.
That's pretty good. We've seen better. You just kind of go down the hall into the big room. She'll probably have room for you or her need for you there.
I growl again, but kind of like.
Yeah, you're getting better.
We'll work on it.
And you see one of the pustules on his shoulder go and pop and like ooze down his arm, and then shortly thereafter another one kind of forms up next to it.
We've done checks to see about this because it doesn't seem right.
Correct. It doesn't. And I believe that's all you learned on your check, is that it doesn't seem right.
All right, I guess down the hallway we go. Mm-hmm. Is that the consensus? Oh, there's a turn here.
There is. So, again, Iniara, you see a short hallway that turns off to the left,
Oh, come on.
presumably.
We were told to go away. Go down this way. And
Do you lead the pack, or were you hoping others would be in
I
front?
kind of thought that Petunia would be in front and then I'm second. I'm not sure what we're doing with ESO, but they haven't said anything against ESO yet, so...
Just
They also
being
haven't
quiet.
seen ESO yet. Because there's kind of a giant ogre blocking the way.
Exactly. The question becomes, we just kill the goblins on the way, or do we go past them and then kill on the way back? We don't want to be too loud with combat.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. We might want to just kill them and get rid of them,
Alright. We could go, do we go past them?
and then run if we have to, so we don't have to run
Who are you
into them
talking
again.
to?
Myself. Ah.
Wait a minute. That doesn't seem right.
This was a good plan.
Um,
I immediately
Boys?
cast Sacred Flame.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well, you don't really have the drop on him, so let's just roll initiative and see who gets to act first here.
What? No. Strange.
That was great.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, those are absolutely beautiful die rolls on my
I can
part.
guarantee you mine's worst.
You only rolled 2 dice, right? You only rolled 2 dice, right, DM?
Yeah, only 2. That's fine. Yeah, just 2.
On that table.
Don't worry about the other things you see on the screen. Just ignore those.
Oh no. It went back for some reason.
Oh boy.
Iniara rolled a
It's
1.
Ooh,
fine.
I got a 19, but hold
Got
on
a
a second.
19. Okay, I can punch that in for you.
Wait, did that change? Oh. Oh, it's just.
All right, 2 seconds here. We will begin combat.
All right, I would have been back here then.
And there is going to be a very definite change in music. Don't you worry. Come on. Just had to roll health for everyone present. Not that there's that many people present, so it was a very quick roll.
Give me a second. I think only one of our kids made it inside, and not the oldest.
Good to know. I will hold tight. Did we want to, before we get too far here, take a brief break so we can get little ones to bed before we start combat?
Yes,
Perfect. We will be
please.
back in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. The group decided to take a short rest after slaying the ogre outside, and then decided to move forward into the cave where they saw a few goblins kind of come out and then duck back into. We pick up right at the start of combat here. Petunia, you're up.
Ooh, well,
And you can see what you can see.
okay. I immediately cast Sacred Flame.
Gotcha. All right, I got a 6, which I'm pretty sure is a success.
Not quite. That did not save. I will be rolling damage for that.
All right.
Well, I got a 5.
Not bad. All right, yeah. With that, you see the green jet of flame shoot out from the ogre Petunia's hand. It strikes the goblin in the chest, and you just see a couple of its pustules go and like spurt and spray all over the walls. You see the walls sizzle just a little bit from the acid. But other than that, it was a good hit. It's a good hit.
I go backwards and hide behind Iso.
All
This
right. Easy
giant-looking ogre hides behind a turtle.
Yep, to be clear, that's exactly what happens.
I mean, that is exactly what happens. I immediately duck behind the Essos. This giant ogre is like, I'm gonna let the giant turtle go first.
Seems legit, yeah. Eso, you're up next. Goblins have not moved yet beyond calling you guys out. You presume.
Why can't I select my... Oh.
You need to switch back to the cursor, yeah.
There we go. Alright, so... Isso's just gonna move up in the hall a bit.
Okay.
And as I come to a stop, I'm just gonna take my shield and hold it right in front of me. And then if I can, I'm gonna look up over the edge of the shell and just glare down at the two goblins at the end. Can I try and make an intimidation?
You certainly can try.
Let's see what happens. 11. So maybe not the most threatening, but the glare is at least on his face.
Oh, definitely.
And yeah, I'm just gonna hold my action until one of them come into melee.
Perfect, yeah. The one in front seems, having taken that jet of fire, radiant fire, doesn't seem too taken aback by your scowl that you kind of poke up over the shield. But the one behind him kind of cowers back a little bit, like takes a half step back and seems a little at unease.
On edge?
Scared.
Unsteady?
That's one of those terms. Yeah, definitely.
Synonyms. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Synonym rolls, just like grammar used to make. Anyway. You see the one in front kind of steady the iron spear in its hands, and then kind of charge down the hallway at you and kind of make a flying leap, trying to hit the turtle that is Eso. This is a real good hit. Don't you worry. 14.
Miss.
And you just easily kind of go and just knock the spear off to the side. You see him kind of like slip his grip on it a little bit, but catch it just at the very last second. Green pustules kind of like ready to burst, standing right next to you.
Then for my reaction, because I'm going to go ahead and take a melee attack on him.
Sure. Yeah.
Ooh, natural 18, 23 to hit.
Let me just. Ooh, these are tanky. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and 4 points of bludgeoning. I rolled a 1.
Not bad. Oh, jeez. He's looking hurt, and Eso, I need you to make a dexterity check, or dexterity save as this pustule bursts.
Come on. Ooh, 16.
16. All right, you take half damage for 1 point of acid.
I will take it. So I'll say as he like lunged at me, like with my shield, I would have taken him if I can and like pin him to the wall, and then like hefted up the warhammer so I got it like just by the head and smashed it into his face. And then when the pustules exploded, I would have let him off and then backed up a step.
Yeah, exactly like that. Way better than what I had.
So that was my reaction. Continue.
Okay. You see another one kind of poke out from just around the corner in this area. Comes forward a bit and then ducks into a side hall. And that is its turn currently.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So she sacred flamed him. Doesn't that mean like next person gets advantage on the strike?
No, that is
Fairy Fire.
A different spell. Fairy Fire. Sacred Flame is just the cleric style cantrip for radiant damage.
Okay.
Yep. Nothing special beyond that other than it's a D8 worth of damage, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
My bad. Continue.
Yeah, no worries. Alright. The one that you scared kind of just shoots up and kind of hugs up against the wall on the far side of the room there. out of your line of sight. And then a fourth one comes around. You see a little, like, scrawny little short bow of, like, almost 2 twigs kind of, like, taped. Well, not taped. But you see very rough string kind of connecting 2 twigs. And he attempts to let go with an arrow past his teammate, which doesn't seem to help him at all. You see the goblin in the front go, "Ah, what are you doing that for?" As you see an arrow sticking out of its shoulder. The one behind it hit the one in front.
Nice.
You missed.
Wonderful.
That's all in common, right?
That was all in Goblin, you're correct.
That's what was.
He cast friendly fire.
Yeah,
Everyone hears
was super
shrieks,
effective.
and this is what Inyar hears.
correct. Yeah. For those at home, you also understand it. You see another one of those as the arrow. You see another pustule go and burst off, and you're thinking, "Oh, good, that one missed me." And then it almost like a chain reaction. You see 3 or 4 of them burst along his chest over. So I'm going to need another dexterity save from you, Iso.
Well, that would be a natural 20 there, boss.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Or 19.
all right. I don't think I stated that as a homebrew rule at the beginning, so half damage for 1 point of acid damage yet again. As you are able to mostly block all of that with your shield, but a little bit slips through onto your legs. Iniara, you are up next.
I'm going to cast Chill Touch on the one right in front of Iso.
Okay. Perfect. He will have half cover from you because Iso is blocking a majority of that hallway. And the goblin itself.
Okay.
Just so you're aware.
Do I want to do that then, or can I change it to Mind Sliver?
And technically, you've already
All
said
right.
Chill Touch.
17?
I was called too nice of a DM last week.
17. Does 17 hit?
Shit.
So, 17 just
Okay.
hits. As you see it, like the skeletal hand kind of pokes out of the stony ground. You see the goblin go, "Ah!" And it just happens to grab the edge of his foot.
Max damage at 8.
Nice. Pretty solid.
Trying to magically kill him so he doesn't do more damage to Iso.
There we go. All right, and with that, you see kind of the hand grab on, and black energy kind of travels up the leg very quickly. You see the goblin kind of clutch at its chest and then just drop to the ground. Iniara, did you want to move?
Nope. I think I'm good.
Perfect. Petunia, back over to you.
Can I see that goblin past him?
Technically you are taller than Iso, and you would have kind of like a downward angle on your vision, so I would say you could just make it out, yes. You'd see a little goblin kind of flittering down the hallway toward Iso. Bow in hand.
Cool. I'm gonna just cast Toll the Dead on him.
Alright. 12 total. Which I think is your spell DC, so that is a failure. Anything else on your
it
turn?
is 12. Yep, you're right. It is 12.
Would you
So-
like to move or bonus action?
No. That's it. I'm gonna stay here and not bonus action.
Sounds good to me. Iso. Pile of goblin in front of you.
I mean,
Mhm.
just trying to. hmm. Yeah, he'll walk up to it, stepping over the body of the one in front of him.
All right. You see the
And-
other goblin kind of reaching back for another arrow. There's only like 2 in its quiver. that again looks very roughshod and hastily made, kind of slowly, like unsteadily, trying to pull it back yet again as you approach, warhammer in hand.
To be fair, how much does Eso tower over top of a goblin?
He seems to be about twice the height.
Let me double check. I'm only 5'4".
Oh, you're only 5'4". So slightly under twice the height. Goblins are around 3-ish feet tall. Give or take. Or for those of you home in European and or non-American, not U.S. country, 1 meter.
And yet, I am still the tallest one, even in the fantasy setting.
Yes, you
Yep.
are.
How does that work out every time?
Just gotta play a halfling, it'll be fine.
There we go. I'm going to be a gnome next time.
There you go.
There you
Oh
go.
well, they're the new Feywild introduces a fairy.
Oh, and there's
And
the
Heron
Heron
as well.
yeah.
You can be a bunny.
There we go. I'm just going to be the tiniest. That's my
Right.
next goal. There we go.
All right, Eso.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
trying
cut
to
you off
think-
funny now.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm taking too long. I'm just trying to
Oh,
see
you're
if
fine.
I have anything that can counteract that splash damage, and I really only have one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the greatest, but you know what? I'm gonna try. Eso reaches around onto the rope and pulls it. Reaches as he is like walking over that one corpse, and he's gonna get to a bag and pull out one of his flasks of oil, and
All right.
attempt to throw it onto the goblin in front of him.
Sure. Why don't you make an improvised ranged weapon attack?
Is that just my?
So I'll give you the choice of strength or dex plus your d20.
Oh, well, I'm doing strength.
Presuming
for
you're
sure.
not proficient in those type of
Improvised-
weapons. You're not proficient in oil flask.
No, that's 9.
9 total.
9 total. I rolled a 6.
All right. You do happen to kind of toss the flask that direction, and it kind of rolls around on the ground. You see the goblin kind of like sidestep that, but the ground itself below it and like a little bit behind it seems to be leaking with a bit of oil. So you didn't get a direct strike, but there is still, your oil flask is open and leaking currently.
Yes. Well, that was movement, probably bonus to get it, action to throw it. That'll be my turn.
All right. Let's see. That one's dead. Right. The one ducks back out behind the wall. Quick! Lower down a bit! And you see him, like, plant off of the foot of one of the goblin just in front of him who's drawing the arrow. Kind of, like, slips a little off his shoulder and, like, smacks into Eso. With a natural 20 to hit you with his goblin body.
I mean, I suppose it kind of works. You really shouldn't have been taking notes earlier.
Right?
All right. So with that, just due to the type of attack that this is, you see him kind of belly flop into you as you're trying to like reach around for some way to light the oil quick, and you just hear a sickening as it impacts into you as well. You're gonna take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and then 2 points of acid damage as the pustules also burst on impact.
Cool. That's cool.
I mean, it's
Okay.
cool, but it sucks for you.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Down the hall, you just hear, no, not gonna go near it. And then the goblin finishes, kind of rights itself back up a little unsteady, kind of fires the arrow a little off balance, trying to hit anything down the hallway, shooting past Eso, actually. And I need evens or odds between Petunia and Iniara.
Evens, and Petunia has mage armor on as well.
Okay.
I do.
Just a
Odds.
reminder.
You went with odds?
I am evens, I think.
So you are
Yeah,
evens.
I'll
I
be
rolled a 5 on that, so with an 18 to hit on.
That still
I
hits.
think that would have hit
Okay.
me too. So
For 3 points of piercing damage as the arrow just kind of like
Oh jeez.
arcs down the hallway and hits.
Oh.
Then we'll move over to Iniara.
yep.
As you see him kind of reaching back for that final arrow in his quiver, and again, unsteadily trying to get the 2 twigs to hold together as he's pulling back the bowstring.
Is he taking damage?
What would you like to do?
There's this.
Not yet. There is a flask of oil that has been like emptying onto the ground near it, but the one in front of Iso is not taking damage.
Oh, he'd have.
Either of them,
He'd
really.
have advantage, or like have cover anyways. I don't want to risk that. I was thinking of doing Ray of Sickness, but matter. I will do Mind Sliver on. I don't know, the one that hit Iso with full body.
The body slam that occurred.
Yeah.
All right. I rolled a 12 total on
Ooh,
that
it's
one.
fail. Oh, damn it. 1 point of damage, but he's got that
1 point of damage.
minus
Got that
D4
-4.
on its next saving
Could be good.
throw.
Could be very helpful. Petunia.
I am also going to attack the one that is body slammed Iso and cast
Okay.
Toll the Dead.
Gotcha.
So I ring my invisible bell.
Shoot, I think this one works. I got a total of 12, then -1 for its wisdom for an 11. So I guess not a total of 12 to start. I rolled a 12 for an 11.
No, so you failed, but I also rolled a 1.
Yeah, the one
So
club.
By 1,000
great
paper cuts.
damage.
And you see Iso slowly weeping a few tears as you guys do next to nothing.
Instead of a bell, it was one of those little, like,
Yeah, just
forks.
I picked up the wrong one. It was supposed to pick up the big bell.
tuning
this time I
fork.
picked
What are
up
you
the little
doing
one.
here?
Oh yeah, the tiny tuning fork.
All right, over to Iso then.
Ouch. Where did the oil land? Is it like right under him, or is it like right here in this square?
So you threw it in his general direction. It kind of tinked off the ground and rolled a bit, and I will say it actually rolled around the corner into that area, that little, just a little jut off to the side.
Damn, it's not even near me. Okay. Well, yeah. I got nothing else. I'm just gonna swing on him. Oh, natural 20.
Hey, that's real good.
So 25 total.
Ow!
And that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
9 with a crit? You rolled twice?
Yeah, one of them was a 1.
Oof.
Are you attacking the one that has been attacked by your compatriots, or the
Right.
one directly in front of you?
There's a one. Where's the other one? I only see one right here.
So there's one directly in front of you, and then I guess just kind of off the wall.
Like right here?
So yeah,
Oh.
because he's the one that body slammed you, and I didn't have a good way to put him on the same tile, really, because they're small enough they could do it. Just
Gotcha.
they
I
want to
didn't
try to
know.
lock into a tile nearby versus, tweak it.
Gotcha. I didn't.
I'll
see
give you your
him there. I
choice of
thought
which
he
one
was-
you want to hit.
Which one looks in worse shape?
The one that they hit with their spells. So the
Right
one
here?
closer to you.
Okay.
That one right in front, not the one in the back.
Yeah, that's the one I would have targeted. I didn't see him there. I thought that was like something on the other side of the wall that was just poking through my line of
Oh,
vision.
sure.
So yeah, if he looked the worst, I would have gone for him.
All right. So, with a mighty swing, you kind of you do your best to like fight him off initially, and then you just kind of turn and smash, and you feel it crumple as it hits the wall as well, and you just kind of look, and there's just a goo of acid that kind of hit that direction. It does technically splash back at you as well, because it is a melee attack.
So
Or it is
off.
not mental damage. Dexterity save, yes.
So that's a 1.
Ouch.
-1 for a 0.
Hey! At least it's not negative. You got that going for you, I think. It is 2 points of acid damage.
Okay. Still standing.
But you did smash 2 of them at this point.
I have.
Alright, this one is going to make another wisdom save to see if it can fight the fear that you instilled into it. And it does eventually. You see him come back around in the hall. Seeming having pulled himself together, you just kind of see him smack himself in the face quick and then kind of walk down the hall towards you hesitantly. And he'll kind of stop. You see him pull a dagger at the ready. And that's all he's going to do. The goblin in front of you is going to again try to find a way, and just kind of looses an arrow wildly yet again. And I think an 11 is going to miss everybody, so it just kind of flies and skitters down the hallway toward the 2 women behind you. And he just
So
why?
When that happens, I'm going to use my reaction for Sentinel attack. When
Sure.
a creature within 5 feet makes an attack against a target other than me, I can use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack.
You certainly can.
If you want to do yours first, then I'll do mine after.
Which one of us?
Well, I suppose. 15
Otherwise, any
to hit.
arrows up right after this. It was how much to hit?
15.
15 will just hit.
Okay. For max damage, 11 points of bludgeoning.
Nice.
He's pissed.
Yeah, right? 11 points. This thing is looking rough now, as you see that several of its pustules have kind of like popped and are seeping acid down its body. You just kind of turn and smoosh right into him. And it's hurt. But as you are well aware of at this point,
12.
that acid just kind of pops. That is a save, so 1 point.
We're good.
And now in
All right. In Goblin, I'm going to talk, or like look, and meaning to the one that was scared, and say, what do you say? I suggest you stay right there, and this is just a warning. And then I will cast Chill Touch on it.
All right.
All right, so I got a
Okay.
16 for the Chill Touch. I'm trying to technically intimidate him to stay there too, and not to do anything.
Yeah, 16 will hit.
And then my warning is I'm apparently going to hurt you.
Seems like a legitimate
7?
warning.
7?
7 points of damage.
And then as it grabs him, if he's not dead.
Mm-hmm. Not yet. No,
I will
so you
say
do see the skeletal
stay
hand reach up and grab it as
still.
well. Iso, as this is happening, you're hearing these shrieks back and forth. You see the skeletal hand come up, and you just see a wet ring slowly begin to form around the goblin's crotch as it seeps down its pants. You hear no response. That's what you get. You just see him stand perfectly still at that point, not moving.
And then that's no, I'll take a few steps forward.
All right.
And then that's my turn.
But yeah, you would have seen that same like black energy move up the goblin as that was used. Petunia,
Yes, I
in
would
the
like
back of the group.
to cast Toll the Dead Without
right.
my tuning fork, hopefully this
With-
time.
Sure. That's an 11.
Ooh, that still does not save.
I'm actually rolling above 10 this time. Not really, but I am.
Hey. 2.
Hey!
Slightly bigger
that's
tuning
one more than
fork.
last time.
Whoa.
That is a bigger tuning fork. All right. With that, you see her kind of put the tuning fork back in, pull out a larger tuning fork, and go, yeah, ting. And with that, you see a little bit of blood begin to run down Goblin's nose. Anything else in your turn, Petunia?
I'm gonna back up 5 feet.
All right. I think that'll be allowable without throwing you out of the bounds of the map. Perfect.
Feet.
Iso. Again, you see the goblin kind of fishing around in the quiver. You see absolutely nothing there for him to grab. He kind of turns, tries to get a good look at it, and then just throws the twigs on the ground and gets his hands ready like he's going to take you mano a mano. If you are talking, you are muted.
Well, he's able to take me because that was a natural 1.
Ooh, not good. You seem a little taken back by this. You go for a good swing, and he kind of just ducks under your hammer that is smacks up against the rock wall, denting into it, and kind of you see a few rocks kind of crumble and fall away from the wall itself, breaking free some of it. Anything else?
Yeah, for my bonus action, I'd like to cast Mulligan.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's not successful.
Damn, okay, well, worth a try.
Quick load?
Yeah, he's just gonna stay
quick
there.
load.
Actually, when he, when I see that one piss his pants behind the other, he's just, after the swing, when he comes around, he's just gonna, like, point his warhammer out at him. After I'm done with him, you're next! And that was my turn.
All right. You see that ring grow at an exponential rate, and then a smell, like you weren't anticipating yet, kind of hits your nostrils. That's his turn. Turns out it's not a free action to do that.
Who knew? It's not a free action to shit your pants.
The goblin in front of you, though, kind of like bobs and weaves a little bit, and then you see him smack his chest, and you see those pop. I need you to make another dex save.
That's a 5.
Ooh. 2 points of acid damage. And then you see him kind of like hit his chest and like, come at me, bro. And then we move over to Iniara.
Give me a second, sorry. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on the one with Iso in front of Iso.
Okay. Total of 14.
Damn, makes it. That doesn't work,
Okay.
and then I will be like to the other one behind him of like, I mean it, stay right there. Once we're done, I have words for you.
So yeah, you send that mind sliver for, but you're not sure what it is, if they've got a tinfoil hat on or what, but you just cannot penetrate that mind.
Well, this always started with momentum.
Yeah.
Petunia.
I am going to attempt to pull out a larger tuning fork.
Hey, I like the sounds of that. I like your
Another
chances too.
wisdom
I got a
saving
5
throw.
this time around.
Ooh, maybe I can roll better. 4.
Ah, hey, that's just enough.
You know, these D12s should really be better.
Right? They should be a lot better than that. So
have
you take a
double
moment, you
velocity
stuff the
rolls.
tuning fork back in and realize, oh yeah, bell, that's what I need. And you start ringing like no tomorrow. And you click, click, clang, click, clang, click, clang, and the guy just kind of grabs at its head and it just slumps dead.
Oh, finally.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I would like to move forward
Okay. Easy enough.
to the first dead goblin,
Okay.
and I would like to just. I'm so frustrated with these goblins with only rolling so low of damage with my bells that I would like to see if there's anything of value and shiny and on this.
Can I
goblin.
call out to Iso of like, hey, that one I have words for, don't. Don't kill him, please.
You can certainly try.
Well, can't you say a few things in between? Or no?
Yeah. That doesn't mean you're going to persuade
Well,
him.
yeah, but I'm saying that I have the ability to say this, right? That's all I
Correct.
wanted to know. I'm gonna...
So Petunia, you kind of get down and start to rummage through the goblin, and we will come back to that as it will take a little bit of time to do.
Definitely.
Iso.
All right. Well, after the one in front of me just kind of explodes from what I'm assuming
bell
is something
damage?
larger than a tuning fork.
Correct. Yep.
I'm going to just walk over both of the corpses, stand over one of them, look down at this little goblin, hold my warhammer out in front of his face, and just say, "Drop your arms," and breathing rather heavily because I just took out a whole bunch down this road, and I am covered in acid, and I am just grumpy.
Seems about right. You see him kind of, okay, slowly lower its arms, and you hear the click as the dagger hits the floor, and he just stands stark still. And Yara.
I will move forward.
Okay.
I will call out to him. Are you the last one that could do anything at the moment? Because I just want to talk now at this point, without interruptions.
I mean, I'm the last one from that room.
Does the others know we're here?
I told Gertrude.
We'll get to her. Anyone else in this building? Cave?
Several.
That
Many.
might... How many?
I can't count right now because my arms have dropped.
Is it more than 2 of you per one of us?
Use your toes.
You can look down.
Hang on. I don't know.
Okay.
I lost count after the second big one.
You guys count after 6?
6? I made it to 2.
Yep,
I'll
this
look
sounds
over
accurate.
at Iniara. Well, what is he saying?
That there's... This is a much bigger cave, I'm thinking, than what we think it is. That there's more here. He lost count after using his toes at 2 to count. And Gertrude knows we're here. What does I'm gonna turn back to the goblin. What did she say to do about...
Her exact words, or just kind of like a summary?
You decide. Hopefully it's the right way.
Gribble kind of needs to change his shorts. Uh, uh, she said to kill you.
Just us?
That's
It
unfortunate.
seemed reasonable at the time.
Just us, or
I don't know what you mean.
who did she know who to kill? Did you guys see who took out the ogre dude?
Wait, you were the ones that took out the ogre?
No. Yes.
Oh. She said pretty much whoever came into the cave.
Just if they came into the cave to take care of him.
Right. It seemed reasonable.
Okay, that's technically not wrong. But yes, we are the ones who took care of the ogre.
Good to know.
Yes, they were formidable. We can do this in a much easier way, and no one else needs to get hurt.
But you've already killed 3 of us.
Right, but you can live.
4 if you count the ogre.
But see, you and the others can live if you just cooperate.
All right.
See, we can be a much better partnership than whoever Gertrude is.
Well, I mean, she's the one that feeds and clothes us. Can you provide that?
We can. What does she make? What does she do? What do you do for her to provide this?
We guard the cave.
All right. And what does she do that can provide you with this?
I don't know. I'm just a lonely grunt. You think she gives me the business plan?
At this point, Iso's gonna look over to Petunia and be like, I don't understand a word of what they're saying, but I have a feeling Iniara is getting vital information from this creature right now.
He might be giving up vital secrets. Not so sure slime covered this will.
All right. You stay right there. I have a few words with them I need to say. And I will.
I mean, I got nowhere to go. You're kind of blocking the hallway.
Right. And then I will turn around and tell Iso and Petunia all of that.
Ask what the hell's wrong with them.
I could. I'm also thinking we can convince them not to really leave this cave and maybe to give up anything they might have stolen from the village to us.
So we're killing them.
To not kill them?
Okay.
I for one, am not for the death aspect.
Oh, so you speak common too?
No, I understand it. I don't speak it.
Well, I mean,
I know this phrase and that one explain.
well, if we can convince them not to, but I don't know if it's gonna work for long. They don't seem
You know what?
to care.
What if we were to provide them with jobs?
I will be right
wait.
back.
Whoa, we're starting a revolution?
Right. They don't need to work for Gertrude. They could then instead work for the village and be productive members of society.
They could form a council.
Oh, right.
and
They could
take
just think how
votes.
well the goblins could help with the extra farming that this town needs.
The moment they unionize, we gotta take them out, though.
We've got a plan. We've got this.
We cannot let them unionize.
So right now, DM.
I feel like I'm slightly more uncomfortable than I previously was.
Yes. How much do you and your comrade or your comrades want to live?
I mean, it's pretty high up there.
Would you say, work for somebody else in exchange for wages that would provide you with clothing and food? And maybe
Look, I understand the concept, but I've already got clothing and food.
but to continue clothing and food and to be able to say
How would you like life?
walk into town?
Like, I'm confused because I've already got these things, and you're offering the same things I've got.
Yes.
I move forward at this point, but I just pick up the dead body of the goblin with my hand, And I move
speaking of which,
forward.
on the other one, you did find 7 pieces of copper tucked in his left shoe.
Nice.
Very uncomfortable walking situation, but
I'm saying that you could have a place closer, maybe closer to town, but not to pillage, but to work with the village people.
But I move forward with this goblin body.
He's just gonna be that way,
Be
dude.
like, if you don't want to end like him, I'd start listening.
I mean, that seems quite reasonable, but, like, this cave is actually pretty decent. Like, we don't really need to move.
But then, okay.
Then I'll block the cave off.
That seems like a threat.
I will turn as
He's
shrieking
just
goblin of
points
like,
down
yeah, I
the
think that
hallway
kind of
of-
was a threat. I'm trying to avoid.
It kind of was a threat.
Iso just points down the hallway of corpses and bodies. I'm pretty sure we're past threats.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a valid point.
Iniara translates.
Tell me, who or what is Gertrude? Is there any more in here
she's-
that are
she's
as big
kind of
as
our
the
employer.
overhead?
She's also green, if it helps.
So another goblin. Are there
Definitely
any more of
helps.
the big boys down here?
Like, what? Like the ogre, or you mean like Sybil?
Who's Sybil?
Sybil's kind of tall. Like he's, I don't know, like 3.5 feet.
Like the ogre.
Is Sybil something different?
No,
Oh,
Sybil's
ogre.
tall.
Is he still a goblin?
I mean, same as I am, I guess.
Alright. Question for you, and I've just been super curious about this. What?
You guys have been really kind right now. Like, you murdered my friends, and we're just sitting here talking. Like, this is great.
Yes, we're trying to.
Let's do more of this.
Yes. What is wrong with you guys that you have these oozy things part?
Well, I'm sorry. Who are you to go off and say what's wrong with you guys? You came in here, murdered a bunch of my friends, and you're asking me what's wrong with me?
Okay, are we killing him or are we leaving?
As soon as his tone gets more like confrontational, Iso's just gonna hold, like, as he's starting to get worked up, he's just gonna hold the warhammer right in front of his face.
This is... I don't like the way this conversation's going now.
Yeah, see, I'm
Like,
just
you
trying
me
to
what's
ask.
wrong, and this one, the big one, just starts getting mean. Like,
The big one doesn't
I am
have
gonna
to get mean. You just need to
reach
answer
out.
why you have what looks like a disease on you.
why does that one look like an ogre?
That
I'm
seems
gonna
very
reach out,
mean.
Touch.
You know what, Iso?
touch
I
the
don't know
one
if we're gonna
that's
get much
talking.
further with this guy. Should we just end him? As I'll then look at the goblin of like, at this point, this is up to you, dude.
I feel like you're talking about me again.
I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna touch that goblin. I'm gonna cast light on the goblin.
Ah! What are you doing?
I told you she doesn't.
Why am I
This seemed
shiny?
to work to make people not like me before.
All right. What is
I,
Gertrude? Who is Gertrude?
I've already told you, she's green and our boss.
What kind of green?
Well, I mean, what kind of question is that?
Oh, you're green. Is she a goblin? Is she a troll?
I mean,
Is she,
what?
you know, I'm just gonna throw this out there because we've already seen one of them. Is she a hag?
I don't know what you're kind of getting at. Like, all of us in here are green. Like, I don't know. I don't see different shades of green, you know? Like, everyone's just kind of green, so it's okay.
Is she taller than you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that Gertrude's a bit taller.
All right.
Yeah, probably much taller than Sybil, too.
At this point, there is clearly an irritated look on Iniara's face.
Can I, like, do I have time to, like, go change? Like, I Made a bit of a mess of these pants.
See, the problem with that is, there's a chance you'll tell others we're here.
I mean, technically I already have, haven't I?
Do more.
He admitted it's time for him to go.
Yep. I'm sorry.
I mean, shouting in this hallway probably didn't help either.
Well, how about this? You shout down the hallway and say, all done! I survived. And they didn't.
Can I drop the goblin I'm holding and go search another one, please?
Sure, yeah, you can definitely do that.
Here's what you're going to do. You can change pants. But if another goblin...
I guess we're all done here. I survived. I don't know if that sounded convincing. Do you think it sounded convincing?
There's a slight...
Like, what if the guys don't believe me?
Well, your choice is... We'll find out, because if we have to kill more, you're just going to come with them.
Wait, so I'm free to go?
Hey, so we let him... We'll see if it worked, but... So, he did technically yell that the fight's over, and he survived. And its coast is clear here, so hopefully they'll come after us. He wants to change pants. You do what you want with him, I'll walk away.
You know, with how far we've pressed his luck, I think he's pretty lucky. We should probably just let him go and leave.
I will be right back again
Okay.
here. I think a little has escaped.
Oh, did he?
Escape. Funny. It's spelled just like the horse.
Love that movie.
I will never get too old for
Oh,
that
I
movie.
know. Gertrude. She's green. Green person.
Okay, apologies. So we can resume.
Alright. So I'm leaving this on your court on this one, I think. Ball's in your court.
Leave your weapons and leave that way, and he'll point down the hallway behind him.
So the entrance of
The way you guys came in?
Yep.
You know, that actually sounds like a decent plan. Can I hit the John first?
Here, and then I'll prestidigitate all of it away.
You know, that's great. Why don't you just do that earlier? But, anyway, I guess have a good day.
I'll just point to the entrance where we came in like a mom who's mad and just wants her kid to go inside the house. And they've been refusing to listen.
All right, I'm gonna just take off this way then. Thank you.
Wait, isn't that the way we're going?
No, he's leaving the cave.
Yeah, he's going back down the hall out towards Fink.
Speaking of which, Fink is out there.
Fink? What Fink? Fink is disguise.
Yep,
Going
Fink is
towards
a
where we
tree
need to
currently.
go.
No, I'm just you know what, DM? Just be kind, I guess, on that one.
What do you mean?
Because we don't know what Fink would do out there. Or if he would bother Fink, or...
Correct.
Oh no, I'm following him. I am leaving with him. I am 100%. As soon as he goes out that way, I'm like, nope. We're going that way. That's where I was hiding.
Well, no, because he's leaving to go outside of the cave.
Correct. That's where we left our friend.
That's true. You know,
Very true.
okay, you know what? I don't know your name, but stop. Just stay right here at the entrance.
I'm very confused with what you guys are doing.
Yeah, you're gonna listen. You're gonna stay here. And if we make all the way back, when we make it all the way back, we'll let you go.
Correct.
Okay.
So you get to stand guard here at the entrance.
Without a weapon.
Yeah.
Correct.
Uh-huh. All right. It's about this time, Petunia, that you find 2 silvers on the next goblin.
Yes.
And then when we make our way back here, we will let you go. Your insurance is to stay here. And to still be here when we get back.
I will do my best.
Perfect.
And trust me, if you're not here, we know where you're at.
Right, because I'll be right here.
Right. Exactly.
Uh-huh. I don't... Why would I be anywhere else?
You're going to hear mumbling under Inyara's breath in undercommon at this point.
Seems reasonable, yeah.
For those at home. And just so anybody else can know, I guess, technically, just like, and this is why we stopped working with these guys.
I definitely think we should hit the road. Don't know how long I could last if we went any farther.
Actually, yeah, as soon as that little goblin is like out of the cave, pretty much, Iso just slumps horribly, and he's like, "Pull Dre's backside, that acid burn."
I can't help you.
Here, let me. I can help you a little bit.
Oh.
And I will cast a Cure Wounds.
Ooh.
DM,
Yeah.
I would like to go down the short little hallway and peek around it and see if there's like enemies down there. Quick.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's for you. 14.
Okay.
Take it.
The first
Ooh,
hallway,
yeah.
Oh, no, I'm
basically,
good.
there, the shorter L. Alright. So you kind of sneak up that direction. Why don't you give me a stealth check?
12?
12. You feel very successful.
I don't want to like
in your
blatantly
attempts.
stand, I just kind of want to peek around the corner.
Sure. Yeah, no, you feel that you're successful
Okay.
in your attempt. So what you see is just kind of a very wide hallway. At the far end, you do notice a door that is closed. There seems to be torches that are illuminating this area as well.
Alright, then I'll come back.
Bless you.
Move up.
Sorry, I meant to mute, but I missed.
It's alright.
Can I do the same with the second one?
What do you
The
mean?
one there's another hallway here.
Sure.
I'd like to go.
You can certainly
Try
do
to
that.
peek around. I
Sure.
see nothing.
Yeah. So as you kind of peek around, you notice that there's a hole in the floor. There seems to be a bunch of like brown matter
This is the
around
latrine?
said hole. This is the latrine. You can immediately tell by the smell as
Alright.
well.
Then I will.
Looks like, judging by it, that it is not very deep, if that helps.
Okay, well the bathroom's that way apparently. At least their bathroom. Oh god. There is a room down this other one, but I'm just gonna peek forward, I guess 10 feet in front of where Iso is currently into this room.
Okay. That one appears to be the barracks.
Is there anything in here?
You notice a lot of beds.
Empty?
But kind of at first glance, yeah, it seems like 4 of them have been disturbed and the rest have been made up.
I've been what?
Made, or like, they make their
Right,
bed.
but there you said 4 of them are something.
Just because they're goblins doesn't mean
No,
they're
you
sloths.
cut out.
4 of them have been recently
disturbed. Okay.
Correct.
Not slobs, they shit in a hole in the floor.
Yeah, I mean, they at least collect it in one spot.
Alright, so this seems to be their barracks. 4 beds. There was 4 are disturbed. 4 of them just attacked us from in this general direction. reasonably. There's 6 other goblins in here, plus whoever Gertrude is. Not Gertrude. Damn G names.
Totally didn't do that on purpose.
No, never.
Never. Yeah, totally not.
Alright. Do we continue clearing out these goblins? They've got to be a nuisance.
No,
I mean,
we
We
leave.
leave and come back.
Thanks to that heal from Petunia, I'm pretty much almost at full.
Alright. I mean, I'm totally
I'm
fine with
done.
it. We know they're here. Come back. And we know how many
We
now.
would be unlucky.
Searching the final goblin, you find 0 copper. This guy seems to be broke completely.
Broke because he's in pieces.
Yeah, partly that too.
Alright. So go collect village, townsfolk, and then go bring them back to town. And we'll take care of this tomorrow.
What are we doing with Gobby Boy?
Yep. Let them go.
Gibble.
We leave him here.
And his life depends on if he cooperates the next time we're in.
If he's still here, tell him we'll bring him a lot of food. What does he want?
What do you want?
A cow?
I mean, food is nice.
I'm hearing a
Whole
but
cow.
after that.
Okay.
Well, just the way you said food is nice.
I didn't have one planned, but food is also really good.
Alright. We'll bring you lots of good food. To stay here.
Question: did you
I
take
should
any of that?
And you'll tell
Thank
them.
you for cleaning my pants. Cleanest they've been in a while.
Probably. And you'll tell them that we didn't make it back. Or make it out.
How do I explain the dead bodies?
We took them down with us.
Wait, so you killed the ogre outside and then snuck in, killed 3 people, and I'm just standing
No,
here?
no. You guys killed us. But we took the other 3 down with us when we died. That's what you're gonna tell the rest of this group. In exchange for your life
finish
and
us
lots
off.
of food.
Then
So far,
how
so
do you
good.
explain why our bodies aren't there?
We'll take these bodies out with us, and he here can say he took the initiative to bury them.
You know, honestly, the turtle's got a point. Why would I bury you?
No, you buried
I mean, there's
them.
kind of a little hole in the plan. No, I understand, but why aren't your bodies here?
You threw them in the river.
That's really far away.
The lake, or whatever it is, the body of water. You don't want dead bodies, you could get sick.
That's drinking water. You don't put that in drinking water.
You know what? We barely made it out. We crawled out. We're never coming back. You guys did so much damage to us. There's no way we'd come back.
No,
I'm
we-
confused. You
we
look
ran.
pretty okay.
Did we just take him out?
You know, at this rate, I'm just half tempted to.
Eso, can you put him out of his misery?
I mean, she's the one who wanted me to keep him alive.
I'm at the point where I don't care anymore.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't like how this arrangement's turned.
How about this?
No idea what
Can you
That's
keep
not- I
your
was gonna be
mouth
kept alive.
shut about us?
No, he can't. And I'm totally gonna cast Toll the Dead on him.
Oh boy, where is he?
And-
I'm nowhere even near you. Oh my god.
Nope. You are not. Hmm. Anyway, wisdom saving throw.
Yep, 10.
No, doesn't save.
I just love how we had like a 15-minute argument with this guy in a hallway.
I rolled a 3.
3? Well, here's the fun thing about Gibble. He had already been hit
Yeah, he had.
by chill touch
At max damage.
to keep him calm.
No. It was to warn him that he needs to not move or we're going to kill him.
Uh-huh. And you see him kind of keep talking and kind of really get into it a little bit. And then Petunia just brings out that little tuning fork again and ting! And all of a sudden his voice just kind of stops and he falls down.
Finally. Okay, guys, we need to go.
Double tap.
Yeah, let's... You double tap him?
I'm not dead yet.
She might have only knocked him out.
No, we need to go. He was gonna cause problems.
Yeah.
It's up to you whether we press on. I'm feeling okay after
Iso, you do notice that his chest is still kind of slowly but surely, like, raising, waiting a little bit, and then slowly lowering a little bit.
Is he playing
And then
dead?
slowly raising.
Well, especially since I was gonna go search the body.
She searches the body.
Come
She was
on.
gonna do it.
You search the body.
I was gonna search the body, yeah. I was gonna be
Alright.
like, no, I need to see.
Oh my god.
So you kind of get down and you begin to kind of like rummage through the little bits of clothing that he has, and you feel him twitch a little bit under it as you kind of it. And then you kind of pull out a little coin purse. There's 5 silver in it.
Sweet, I'm gonna cast Sword Burst.
All right. What do I need to do on that one? Do I make a save or do you attack?
That's a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save. I'm gonna give him a disadvantage. I know technically, if you're prone, you don't get that, but his 5 is definitely not going to succeed.
No, it does not. And I am just gonna roll it in D&D Beyond to see if it's better. No, it's not better. It's a 2.
2. All right, that's actually plenty. Is sword burst physical damage?
It is force damage. Yeah.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
To be fair, I think we were
As you see his
all near
pustules
him.
just- Well, I mean, how many of you were
I
near
mean,
him?
I would have been.
6.
All right, then Iniara, I needed.
I know. I'm just to be honestly, we would have gotten up to him because he almost went out. Because I was gonna shout that down a hallway. 18 plus. I don't know what my dex is.
Okay, so you
I only
take
got
1 point of acid.
Alright.
Petunia, it sounds like you failed, so that's a 2 for acid damage.
Ugh, frustrating.
I could have told you that was going to happen.
I think Total Dead again would have been more effective. Without her.
Yeah, but I was angry.
You know, Petunia, that's a new side of you that I don't think we've known.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna
where were
cause
you
a lot
hiding
of
all those
You know,
problems.
and at least Petunia, you couldn't hear the tone of voice he was using. I mean, you could tell the tone of voice, but that voice to go with it.
All I could hear from that, I couldn't understand what he was saying besides what little that you were translating. So for me, it was just his voice was just getting to the point where I couldn't handle it anymore. Like, he's not listening, he's arguing. I'm done. He's gonna cause problems.
You know, I totally understand now why my ancestors hated working with these guys.
I understand why everyone does.
You know what? I don't know who this Gertrude person is, but you kind of got to give her some props.
I think we need to take her out. I bet you she's worse.
Oh, probably is. So what's the plan?
Ugh.
We
She's at least 4 feet tall and a bigger goblin.
Ooh. I think we need to go back and recoup, because boy...
But I mean, he did tell... he did tell us that, there were no more of the big ones down there, and,
True.
well, I'm not saying much, but I took out 3 of them.
I have nothing left to give.
I've got a little bit, but I mean, I'd rather come through this fuller if we're going to. We can do this tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not saying you have nothing left, but you just burst swords out of nowhere. Which young lady? Where were you hiding? You know what? Never mind.
You don't want to know where women hide
But
things.
you did notice, sorry, I missed all the descriptors on this, but each of the swords had their own clover leaf hilt, or like pummel to the sword, as they kind of flashed and danced their green magic throughout. You know, it looked cool and very fitting for Petunia.
Yeah, so you really don't want to ask where a woman hides anything?
Mm-mm.
I regretted it as soon as I asked.
Yep, something to drink.
Wise.
But, I mean, when you get that one spell to work, Petunia, it does seem to work rather well.
Yeah, sometimes. Just have to find the correct pitch.
All right, so
Well,
so we're heading back to the villa or to Spielburg with the townsfolk. Is that right?
Yeah, we gotta go back to them to make sure they're alive.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
I
alive,
could eat.
there, DM.
Mm-hmm.
The fruit that I was able to take. What is
Sure.
it? Is it still changing, or did it like rot?
So you kind of search back in your pouch, you pull out the ever-changing fruit, and it's kind of popping in and out, and there are like dark spots on some of the fruit. Some of them looks like it's getting a little old. It seems to have rapidly aged after it left Irina's rest.
Huh, I think this needs to be eaten soon. Like a fruit that was.
I'll take it.
I'll give it to you, Iso.
Even if it's a little gummy, I'll take it.
I'll hand it to Iso.
Instantly just...
The banana that you initially start eating quickly turns into a peach, and then slowly into a cherry.
Oh, it's gone by that point.
Fair
3
enough.
changes and it's down.
And that's all you get. You feel quite full. Very, very full, in fact. If memory serves, you had one earlier in the day.
Well, he had a lot earlier in the day. He just kind of gorged on them.
Thank you, Iniara. That definitely hit the spot.
You also regain 1 HP.
Woo!
I would like to also with my fruit that I have, but
Mhm.
instead of eating it, I would like to take what I can and put it in one of my vials and shove the fruit in there and save it.
Okay,
Even if it's just fruit mush that keeps changing.
sure. So you kind of take it, it's kind of a kiwi, and you kind of try to jam it in there, and then it slowly turns into a grape, and then it kind of pops in. The apple seems like it should have caused the vial to explode, but you see the vial kind of like grow slightly and like stretch around the apple before it changes into a plum and slowly smushes in. The banana kind of sticks way out as the orange gets shoved deeper in. And before long, you finally have packed it in, and the blueberries kind of like spilling out of it are easily porked. And
Perfect.
again, you see it just kind of rotating through a bunch of different fruits. The pineapple is surprising.
All right,
I'm learning.
let's go gather Fink and the townsfolk, head into town, recuperate, and we can take out the rest of this
Now.
cave because the goblins at some point are going to
Where-
wander into town, and that's not going to be good for the townsfolk.
Looking around, Issa goes, does anyone remember where we put Fink?
He's outside.
Yeah.
But I covered him with...
It's
Brushes
very
and
interesting.
I'm old.
After you exit this cave, you come to the pond shore, and you see a newly formed tree that is at the very edge of the pond.
Strange.
Does that think?
That might be it.
Come on, Fink, we're leaving!
You see the tree move and shake all the branches. Fink moves forward.
Thanks for keeping an eye out for us and protecting us.
No problem.
All right. To go gather the townsfolk.
Yes, definitely. We need to head back to town, man.
All right.
Ooh.
The four of you gather up and begin heading towards Irina's Rest, having known the way and been there quite recently. It's not too easy to follow the same tracks that you made through the forest. Fink's armor kind of makes it so that several of the lower shrubbery and stuff kind of break off and make a nice little direct line. Before long, you find yourself at the meadow that is Irina's Rest. You see all 6 villagers happily still munching around on the various ever-changing fruits, sitting within the flower beds, looking very rested and much better health than you left them even a few hours, like an hour before.
We need to get back to town.
I'm sure some loved ones want to know where you have all gone off.
I think some people need to find their homes or find new homes.
Speaking
You know,
of which,
I
you
kind of
three,
recall having a business. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, the bakery,
I would
we
like
need
to
that back.
purchase some. Yes. I have a request once we get back and you get your shop up.
By the way, you three, anything you've remembered from your lives yet? Talking to the 3 that we named.
Sure.
Okay, gotcha.
Adonim, Lily, and Emil just kind of give an exchange look to the 3 of themselves and just shake their head.
Well, no worries. It'll come when it comes.
It's okay. I think a few of them kind of got a little bit too much of the gold grung, and kind of wiped their memories.
Yeah.
Seems to be a side effect.
Well,
Kind of don't remember the cupcake recipe I had.
that's
Ooh.
disappointing.
It is.
New goal. Look up best cupcake recipe. Find. Not look up. Find.
Well, we'll find some way. We'll find talents where they can fit into the town.
I think.
You don't know.
You see Harry, the half-elf, finally speak up a little bit. It would be rather nice if I could get back to Giles and return to the bookstore.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Would be most important. I'm sure he has gone slightly crazy without me. Probably
I
got
think
a
we
little
should-
too much into his reading.
Yeah. Let's head back.
Yeah, let's head back. As Petunia said.
All right.
Before he leaves, Iso grabs 4 of the fruit.
All right. Easy enough as you kind of pluck off a strawberry, a raspberry, a banana, and an apricot. That
I am
immediately
happy with
keep
my watermelon, muskmelon, strawberry.
Exactly. Cantaloupe.
Love it.
Perfect.
And it's funny that you kind of mentioned that, because as you're kind of looking down at the watermelon that you picked, it's kind of small, but you kind of look up and to the left and you see that like 8 other of them have turned into a watermelon. You hear the branch go as it kind of drops under the weight, and then blueberries take their place, and you see the branch just fling back up, and blueberries are just scattered into the horizon.
As like,
That is just the coolest damn thing
And
I've
then
ever seen.
apples and oranges and all of this just start raining down in the ground back that way.
lychee? Is there any lychees?
Yeah, there's a couple. They slowly, again, just kind of flipping it out. There's choke cherries, blackberries.
Nice.
Any fruit you can pretty much think of, eventually one of them
Oh,
ticks over to it.
oh, there you go.
Oh,
Okay.
we lost. Oh, there we go.
We're good. Sorry.
No, for a second I thought something else was going on, but all right.
I was trying to move it and I clicked the wrong part.
Done that before.
All
To
right.
town.
Yes.
The
I
10
have
of you
things to buy.
begin heading back towards town. If I could get a survival check as you attempt to make your way there
ESO?
successfully.
Yep, can do. That is 16. Minus
right.
12. No.
No.
16.
It's actually not too difficult. It takes you the better part of a couple of hours to cover the distance, especially with the townsfolk. It is wearing on into the mid to late afternoon at this point, and we will drop you back over into the village of Spielburg.
It's only been what, 2 days? 3 days where we were out? We spent 2 nights.
It's been a couple of days.
Yes, we spent 2 nights. We spent a night on the way to here, and then we spent a night in the rest.
Yep.
So this is the night of day 2.
This should be the night of day 3.
This would be the 3rd day we were out.
Because
on the 3rd day we returned.
Day 1 was the Centaur camp, or like the Centaur farms and the wolf.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys returned to town, then you took off for the Grung encampment. You camped on the bank of that lake. You did the Grung encampment, and I don't believe you short rested, and continued on into the Hag Lair. You finished that up, got teleported out, stayed at Iniara's. So this is
We
night
stayed
4?
at Iniara's, huh?
Sorry,
Mhm.
Irina's. Yeah, so this should be night 4. It's been a
Night
very eventful
4.
week.
It has been.
You
Perfect.
see, as you come to the town gate with the 4 of you and the 6 villagers, that the sheriff is back in his rocking chair, pipe in hand, kind of slowly rocking back and forth. See that all of you have made it back into town. Kind of unexpected, if I'm to be honest.
We hopefully brought some faces that you recognize and could maybe help a few of the others.
He kind of takes a look over. Truth be told, it's been a long while since I've seen some of these. I recognize Tom, Dick, and Harry for sure. The barber, the baker, and the bookstore assistant. I think that was his official title.
Yep.
Truth be told, I don't really recognize the other 3.
Yes, they don't exactly remember who they are. By the way, nice to see you again, young man.
Indeed. Nice to be called young from time to time. ESO the 278th? It's a high number, that's all I remember. I apologize.
Nope, you've got it.
Hey, old ticker still, old thinker still working.
Oh, you couldn't be a day over 80, sir.
Actually, you're probably not far off. I kind of stopped counting after 60.
I was gonna say this guy is really like 55 and you just super insulted him.
Yeah, he's 25 and it's just a real hard life.
We're hoping that we might be able to find someone in town who recognizes these poor folks.
At least these 3.
If they're even from this area. We don't know if they're
mean,
exactly from here, do we?
The very least I can do is probably give you rewards for these missing persons, huh? Seems like this is something that I should probably cover.
I mean, we did find them.
We did.
See him kind of fish around, and then kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. That seems accurate. And he kind of tosses a bag of coins towards one of you. Just kind of vaguely throws it at your group.
catch.
All right, easy enough as you just kind of snatch it out of the air, kind of feel it a bit. There's a good amount of coinage in there.
Wrote down bag of coins.
Do you always keep large bags of coins by yourself, just in case someone rolls into town?
You know, I was in an organization when I was a kid, and I've always learned you better be prepared.
What kind
So,
of organization?
Well,
you-
just don't keep all
it was
your turtle eggs in the
Young
same
Sheriff's
basket.
Association,
Mm.
and kind of had an aspiration all my life, and so I keep a bag of coins on me at all times, just in case I need to pay somebody out.
Appreciated.
It's been 6 years for sure since I've needed to do that, so those coins are a little dusty.
No worries. But I would love to go buy some stuff after we hopefully drop the baker back off at the bakery.
I mean, that's just the door next to mine, so
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't got real far to go.
Good. Come with me.
And you take Richard the baker with you and quickly hurry over to his shop. You see him check the door, and he's like, "Damn, it's locked."
I don't have your key.
I don't have your key. It sounds like you have somebody else's key.
How much
here,
does it
let me-
cost to fix a door?
I guess just let me take a little bit here and see if it still works. And you see him kind of jiggle the handle left, jiggle the handle right, and then try to turn it. Damn, it's still locked. Thought that would work.
You know, a rock is a universal key.
Yeah, that's why I asked how much it would to fix the door.
I mean, it's probably like a couple gold.
Is there a
It's been a while
locksmith
since
in
I've
town?
had one installed. There's a blacksmith.
Oh, can he get you
You
in?
might be able to do locks.
Are there hinges?
Last I checked, that's how a door works. I'm
remember
pretty sure. I mean, this is been a while.
The blacksmith? could
Hinges are on
probably
the
just
inside,
use his-
though.
No.
Do you
Never
remember
mind.
leaving a key under a mat or a dog out back or
The dog?
anything?
Under the dog.
I don't know where people keep things.
You know, oh man, now that you mention it, I do remember leaving it under a dog.
Running around
Apparently everyone in
town.
this town slowly just becomes southern because that's what I can do right now.
It's all right. You
And
don't
you see
remember who
him
you are.
kind of like take off, dart down a little side alley. You hear a little bit of rummaging. Dang it, the dog moved.
Oh,
I was waiting for you. He goes around the corner and you hear it.
Did you give a spare key to anyone else in town?
You know, now that you kind of mention it, yeah, I do remember giving oh man, it's been so many years.
Years.
I do well, it's felt like that long. I don't remember how long it's been. I do remember giving Jarsali a key. Maybe he'll remember where it's at.
Arsalia.
Have we met this person?
No, you haven't.
That doesn't sound like a
Jarsali.
name I have written down. What did Jarsali do? Where?
Well, Jarsali kind of runs the tavern.
Oh, we should go to the tavern.
All right. Do you want to get paid from all the things that we did first? Then we have more coin to spend at the time.
Yeah, and then I could probably buy more at the bakery.
Right. Because one of the quests was to do with the garong, and we can get that one.
Yeah. Well, how about this? We should bring him back to the sheriff. Maybe the sheriff can escort him. Let's delegate.
You do notice that Tom and Harry have just begun walking down the street back towards their presumed shops as well.
Sweet.
As you immediately latched onto Richard to get into the bakery.
Yeah, I did.
Well, to be fair, he can go and get his spare key. He can get back in. He can get up and going. We need to get coins in order to pay him for his baked goods, which he has to have time to make anyways.
Do you
Fair
know where
point.
Jarsali is?
Probably at the tavern.
Perfect. We will meet you at the tavern.
We're gonna go get paid.
Sounds
We're
like a
gonna get
plan.
paid and then buy everyone a drink.
That's your coins.
Shouldn't we figure out what to do with the 3, or did we already figure it to the sheriff taking care of the 3 that don't remember?
Yeah, is he?
You kind of look back and you see that the sheriff has kind of corralled them a little bit. Seems to be giving them like individual things, kind of pointing around town just a little bit. Maybe giving them either a home or somewhere else to work.
Do you suppose they
Until we can figure
remember
out
their
who they
new
are.
names? I hope they do.
Sorry, what was that?
That's a good question.
Oh, if they remember their names, because we had to give them names.
One was Lily.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Adin
Hey, Lily!
and Emil. There we go.
You shout, "Hey, Lily!" None of them stir.
Oh, damn.
Maybe, do
They'll be
you
fine.
think we should tell the sheriff that they have temporary names until they can remember their real ones? We don't want them to get more confused.
What if the sheriff forgets the names? He's old. We should write it down.
Yeah, we'll write it down, give them little name tags.
All right, that's not
I
demeaning.
was
Sure.
joking.
Have them roll around in the mud and then cast prestidigitation, but just clean it as you're like writing the name on their clothes.
Give him a mud name.
And Petunia doesn't even care. She's like, bakery, okay, money. We're getting paid.
Well, we had to walk past the sheriff
right.
anyways to go get paid at the guild hall, so...
I mean, that is true. And Petunia's
Also, we're
not
all in
actually for
agreement
money.
that, Jowen
Mhm.
isn't getting that
Not the
scroll,
shop owner.
right?
Mel, I
Yes.
think we only have to tell him if we run into him.
I need ink. I need ink in order to
I can
transcribe.
do that.
To be fair,
Isn't there enough on your fingertips?
to get new spells.
Can't you just draw them with the ink on your fingertips?
No, it's like a wizard. I just use more ink instead of doing ink and paper in a book. I just use more ink with no paper.
You know, I'm not even gonna try and figure out wizards.
You don't
Okay.
want, yeah, see, it's not like you, where, you know, your deity gives you the knowledge. I have to study and write and transcribe, and in this case, I need to tattoo myself.
Yep, I'm a trust fund kid.
So, I mean, technically we have to go in
What
there,
does that make
and you
me?
know what? In all honesty, if you think about this scroll, this ability is one that we could finally do, but anybody can do it. The scroll itself is worth what? Several hundred coins? Gold coins? And he was going to give us a gold each for it? Look at that profit margin!
I mean, there's that.
And not to mention, it didn't seem like Irena wanted anyone else to have it but us. So it is no longer there. It was taken at some point in time.
Yeah. I have no problem with that. I'll go in and talk and buy you ink. No worries. We've got this. Never know.
To be fair, he's the only one with the magical stuff, and I think we need to get you and Iso something that can make you see in the dark.
I have a lantern.
Got a light.
Without that. Like a dark vision type.
Maybe.
I have a lantern.
There's a spell called Dark Vision that I could theoretically learn, but I would have to use like
But you already have dark vision.
right, but I could cast it on you and you could see similar to me, but not as good because
But I have a lantern.
and it totally tells all of the bad guys where we're at.
Okay, you got me there.
And I'm fairly sure we can get an item of really cool goggles that you can wear that give you this vision, and it doesn't take anybody's spellcasting spots.
Well, do you know where to find them?
If we'd be able to find it, honestly, it'd be with Zhaoen.
So you don't have that spell now.
Not now. He could have a spell scroll, and he might.
And I have lantern.
We'll figure this out some other time. Let's go get paid at the guild hall. We can't do
Yeah.
anything without money.
Let's go get paid, and then I need to go shopping.
The girl needs to shop.
There's a desperate need to go shopping.
There is a desperate need for a shopping.
All right. You make your way past the sheriff, who seems to still be trying to explain that these three individuals will need to live and work within the city. And just, I don't understand how you need to pick a home. We'll assign you a job. Are we pick a home?
Just, you know what, Sheriff?
You know what? I'll just walk you to the nearest one. We'll call it a day. We'll work on this in the
By
morning.
the way, Sheriff, this one is Lily, this one is Immel, and this one is Adenin.
That's wonderful. I'm gonna work on the simple things first. We'll worry about names and identification later.
Just saying.
It seems to be a bit past these individuals right now, and I know for sure a couple of houses that could use some new occupants.
Right. Just saying. As we probably continue walking as we're telling him about this.
Yeniara, that's it. Iniara. Thank you. We'll take that into consideration. And the four of you kind of continue walking. Fink makes a mention. Something's still wrong with my armor. And apparently Fink also slightly became southern. And ducks into the inn quick and begins tinkering away. You're pretty positive that that's what happened. So the three of you continue towards the guild.
All right.
As this point, you notice that Ingrid has already closed up shop for the night, so fruits are no longer available at the moment. It seems to be getting a little bit later in the day. You finally make your way into over towards the guild hall, passing Zhao's shop and the inn, the Tabaxi Tail, and push open the door yet again, and there is just that sweltering heat yet again that no matter what you seem to do doesn't seem to kill it. You also notice that Sergei is, as anticipated, asleep.
And I'm sorry, I might have missed it. Did you say the fire is...
It is quite warm in here yet again.
Roaring away.
So it's still a roaring fire.
Correct.
How does he keep this going?
You know, I don't know. Last time I asked if Boldre might be able to keep it down a little bit, but she hasn't heard me, which is odd.
Well, maybe he likes it this hot and he requested to have it up a little bit again.
Could be. Sergei!
Yes, what did you need?
We
And
took
you see
care
his
of that
eyes
problem.
kind of scans the room for a second, notices the three of you, and then drops his eyes on the floor yet again.
I take out that flask full of blue, I think it's blue grung slime. We took care of them.
I thought you were gonna dump it on him.
No!
Oh my god.
It would have been a chaotic
That's
thing to do,
wonderful.
but
It would be something I would do personally, but not here.
let's see, one moment, and you see him kind of stand up. You see him move aside one of the trophies, specifically one of dinosaur-esque like thing, and behind that is there seems to be a little wall safe that he digs into, as requested, and he brings over a rather large coin sack.
As he was digging in the safe, I grabbed his chair and I scooted it even further back.
He does not seem to notice. So that should amount to 20 silvers apiece for the grungs.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Right, so that was the only thing that we did, right?
Yeah.
Remind me, was it in this place that we learned about, was it that royalty that went missing way back when? Was it a princess or
Both
something?
the prince and the
Correct.
princess.
Yes, it was one of the notices on the quest board itself was a prince and princess that went missing.
If I can find that book and look at it, does it give a description of what those people look like?
It did give a drawing, a very basic sketch of, so like on the left side, not necessarily in a book, but on like just like a quest wanted poster kind of thing. It showed kind of the reward that said missing prince or whatever, and gave a basic or showed a basic description of a young human man, kind of short hair, young looking because it's a while, and the same very similar looking girl in a picture for the princess.
And do the people that we rescued in any way look like the people represented in the drawings?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Can do.
No, that is. Didn't we check that? If not, that was
17.
17. Kind of taking a look at the pictures, you kind of know it's been a very long time since these were drawn up. You kind of mentally age them up a little bit, and none of the people that you rescued seem to match these descriptions.
And I think we did, but
just making sure. Yeah.
now that we actually saw them and we can see the sketch again,
Oh, okay.
seeing if...
Yep.
Doesn't Petunia...
unfortunate, and I'll close that book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought Petunia made a sketch herself of them. Of the sketch. A sketch of the sketch?
Sketch of the sketch?
I thought maybe I'm thinking of something else. Never mind.
That's sketchy.
Yeah.
That is sketchy.
I don't think I made a sketch of the sketch.
Okay. Well, I think that was all that we got in here for quests that we've completed.
Correct.
Yeah, because the work we got here was for the grung, 20 silver apiece. The last prince and princess, and then there is rid the area of bandits. Is the other quests we've got here from this spot. So.
Yep.
I should make a check mark that we did that one.
You did get several smaller quests from the towns, like help board.
Right.
Basically.
Yep, we got those.
And then you also got one from Angus, the temple cleric.
Yeah.
The priest of Boldre.
Perfect.
All right.
Not to mention Zhaoen, he wanted that scroll.
Yeah.
He did. Well,
To be fair, we don't even have to tell
don't
him
know
that we
what
made
scroll.
it to Irina's Rest.
True.
Just say we didn't make it out there yet. That's blatant lying versus just hiding some of the truth, but
Very true.
well,
that's okay. I got this.
I do believe that's all we've managed to finish so far from here. Only day 3. I feel
I need to
accomplished, so
buy a brass brazier.
Okay. So you leave the guild hall
yes, I think so.
in Sittergate.
Yeah.
We will be back when we finish the other 3 things.
It would be my pleasure.
Hopefully this time you'll be awake when we come in.
Well, we can hope for many things.
You need to find a hobby, sir. Idle hands and all. And I'll walk out the door.
Oh, at some point.
You see him kind of look, it seems farther away than before, and then takes a seat in the chair.
Oh, he didn't move it back. Nice.
Not yet. Depends if it gets cold or not. You make your way back down the road of the town, or like the little street. Make a turn up to the magic shop. The door kind of vanishes as you approach, revealing the interior of the shop and the non-existent contents. As each of the shelves are again bare, anything that should be holding something is also bare, and 4 pedestals sit, waiting for you to approach.
Ooh, I need incense for sure.
I need ink. And some scrolls.
We can get ink too.
Didn't he say... How much money do we have?
So, as
We've got
you
money.
approach in and kind of request these things out loud, if you will, kind of deal, you do hear a phew, and there's the smell of sulfur that just fills the room, as again, the cloak flies to the side. Zhaowen is here yet again, and I see you have returned.
Yes.
So starts clapping.
I take out the flask with the blue grung mucus in it. I said, we
Sorry,
found
one
the
moment, and
slimy frog.
you see the balding gnome kind of do a quick little flicker of his hands, and the shelves restock with all of their supplies.
Ooh.
And when I killed the frog, I think I have an idea, and I need incense. If you have a brass brazier, that would be great, and I need charcoal, but I can figure that out on my own if we need.
Oh, of course, most certainly. Trivial materials. How much of each did you want?
I would
You see him kind of reach under the counter, and you see him pull up a kind of small brass brazier. Nothing too extravagant by any means, just kind of a little bowl almost. I think
how much
this
is the
will
brass?
suffice.
Yeah, that would work. How much is that?
Wonderful question.
It
Carry
is-
the 1. 5 silver pieces.
1 5 silver pieces.
Carry the 1.
Yeah, carry the 1.
Oh, I missed that.
5 silver pieces.
Yes.
Perfect.
You said charcoal as well, yeah? You
yeah,
see him just kind of raise a hand, and a kind of larger container comes and drops down on the counter next to him, and he kind of pops it open, and that whiff of fresh, like, charcoal just kind of hits the air as it smelled of kind of burnt is there. Any particular quantity?
A lot. I
You
was
see him just kind of slide the container across the counter. Roughly this.
So as a player to DM,
Yeah.
how much like weight wise would 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal be?
That is a wonderful question, and something I have spent many hours
Yeah.
considering.
Exactly. It varies.
Right.
Because with the spell that it's used for, it's consumed by the brazier, it says. So I
Gotcha.
don't know if it's like meaning like
It
barbecue
actually
charcoal.
probably, I don't think would be that much. I mean, charcoal presumably, because it's charcoal and incense, correct? That
Yeah,
needs to be 10
charcoal,
gold,
incense.
or is it?
And herbs
Okay, equal to 10 gold.
equal to 10 gold, correct?
Gotcha. So I would say the incense is probably actually the expensive piece of all of that, and you wouldn't actually need a ton, like, the actual equivalent amount into the spell would not be that much charcoal, weight-wise, and,
Could
like,
I
value-wise.
get a combination thereof of 20 gold pieces worth of everything? Or does he not
Yes,
have
yes,
enough?
most certainly, of course. He kind of rummages around again on the right side of it, and he brings up several sticks of incense. And before long, you see an amalgamation of everything you need. You see him scoop out a bit of charcoal. This should be plenty. 20 gold as requested.
Since I'm such a wonderful patron, could you just throw the brass razor in? It's only 5 silver off.
Why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
Ooh. How about a 23?
For a customer as accommodating as yourself, I think we can arrange that.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Small discount for a return customer, if you will.
And I am sure we will be back. And then,
Almost certainly.
Laura, what did you need as well?
What I need, I don't know if I've got nothing.
Depends what you need.
Well, let's, for future reference, okay, first, what do you have that would give dark vision? Do you have a magical item that gives dark vision?
It is one of those interesting things. I, myself, never need it, so, it isn't very frequent, but, I think my brother might have something along those lines. It would take a few days to get in.
Alright.
I could probably procure an item of such nature. It
This-
probably won't be
The
cheap.
thing is, see, I need to know how much it's going to cost, and we need 2.
You need 2. I could probably give you a discount for 2 of them, but I would imagine an item that would grant that for at least 2,000 gold.
Yeah, well, hold off. Do you have a scroll of dark vision?
Scroll of Dark Vision, certainly, yeah.
And how much is that?
That's,
Can you set up a
hang
payment
on
plan?
a
Yeah, can you
moment.
set up a payment plan?
And you see him kind of move around the counter a bit, kind of sort through a few of the scroll piles, and eventually pull. Ah, yes. Dark Vision. It will be 160 gold. Let me double check my pricing actually before I commit. $120 gold.
There was another one I wanted to ask. Give me one moment. Let me look at my schools. Ray of Enfeeblement, I think, is the one. I don't think I have.
Ray of Enfeeblement. It's not often requested. I'll see if I have a copy of it.
Yeah, I took. Yeah, that was good.
All right. Again, you see him kind of move back around and through, though. Kind of shakes his head a little bit, ducks down, goes through another, reaching way in the back. See a very dusty, a very crumpled one. He carefully peels it back and looks in. Ray of Enfeeblement, yes. That would be a total of 60 gold.
60 gold.
Memory serves, that is a level 1 spell.
No, it's a
correct?
level 2.
That is 120 gold.
It is a good spell.
I'll knock 10 points or 10 gold off for the condition.
Alright. I'll have to see. I only have like 18 gold, so because we haven't split up anything yet, technically.
Sounds like you'd be a bit shy on the price then.
Yeah, I know that spell.
Oh, do you?
I might just a little bit.
Can it be taught that way?
From a warlock to a wizard?
I don't know.
That'd be a little slim.
Yeah, mine was kind of gifted, and I'm not gonna lie. With Petunia's intelligence,
It would just be her going, you do this. Do what? This. What?
This.
Yeah. Hang on, let me short rest. I'll show you again shortly.
Yeah, twice.
Right.
That's it. That'd be me.
Iso will wander over and be like, are you trying to buy one of those scrolls for yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I muted?
You weren't talking to
Oh,
Sten.
I said yes. Sorry. Yes, I am looking for myself, but I can wait.
Is this the thing you were talking about, helping me to help you to help me? The goggles, the magical thingy.
Yes.
Oh. Well then, if you think it's something that will help us out in the future, here. And he'll just hand his entire coin purse over to her.
It can wait. It can wait. It'll be okay. We can do more quests that
No,
don't involve needing to be in the dark.
If we're going back into that cave, I want to be able to see. Going down into that grung encampment was hell.
Yes. Because dark vision is a level 2, isn't it? Yeah.
Correct.
I can only do it once, technically. Or I'm out of level 2 spell slots to hit Petunia and Iso.
Correct.
But that could be probably just as good, honestly, to have you guys be able to see.
Rumor has it vision is
Maybe
important.
that's true.
I got light.
You can, like, is it wizards or sorcerers that can transfer?
Sorcerers. I could take,
Oh.
technically, because I know magic, there is a feat you can take.
Oh, you mean like transcribe the scroll? That would be
Yeah.
sorcerers can twin
Yeah,
it, so she could have hit both with one spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, wizards transcribe it, so they can just learn it.
Thought so.
Right.
Yeah. Which is what I was trying to do, was to get dark vision. But I need 120, you said, mage?
120.
For DM?
Yep, for a level 2 spell scroll. And
How
then
much
you also
ink
need money
would you
for the
need?
ink.
Yeah, then I need
Yeah.
100 for the ink.
Yeah, I think it's 50 per spell level for ink.
Oy.
So we're at 300.
Wizards are rough.
Wizards are rough. They are very rough. They're hard to get.
That is rough. Oy.
Should have just taken it as my
I
level
don't
up
have
spell,
that.
but I took Spider Climb.
Could
Also
also be very
useful.
useful.
By the way, Iso does walk away and does not take that coin purse back.
Alright,
Alright, so I guess you have Iso's coin purse
for now.
There you go.
For now.
One free pouch.
I was just gonna say, Iso's probably gonna find it in the
Yeah,
morning.
It's empty, but he handed it to you.
No, it is not empty actually. It's got a little bit of heft to it.
Ooh.
All coppers.
Nope.
All platinum.
Well, I don't know.
He changed it before he gave it over.
Yeah.
Do you look inside of the coin purse that I hand you?
Probably not in the shop. She probably would. And to also not look rude of like, ooh, what's in here?
You see Zhaowen kind of trying to like side-eye a look into the bag though.
She'll tuck it a little bit, because she can come back.
should.
She can come back later and get it.
We should head out.
Oh, most certainly. You can. You're free to look at any of the wares.
And then she will wait until he's not looking at her,
Sorry, I'm broke.
then to look at how much is in there.
When you pull open the drawstring, you're looking at roughly 93 gold.
Holy crap, that's a lot.
He didn't buy armor.
I suppose you didn't need to buy armor.
Saves a lot of money doing
It
that.
does. It's
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you 92 gold and keep 10 silver for myself.
Okay.
Ooh, big spender.
Iso's pouch with 92.
You open it up. There's just 2 nuts in there. Ha ha ha.
Nope, I've got a plan now.
Wonderful. Is there anything else I can interest you in? Potions? Any other lower level scrolls? Anything of that nature?
No.
Um,
Okay. I would like to go
Um,
to our hotel room.
Would
yes.
either of you be interested in a cloak that allows itself to be billowed.
No. But should I need one, I know where to find one.
Certainly. Only the finest of Jowans.
I cannot wait till the need arises.
What about, before you go, a key that might work on the next lock?
I've got a turtle with a hammer.
That has more or less rendered the lock useless.
I will lead
You are
in
correct.
to Iso and go, you don't think it's the baker's key, do you?
It's very possible.
Where did said
I mean, they
key
could
come
open any-
from?
It could be any lock.
I received it in a shipment from my brother.
Hmm.
He
Don't
said
think so.
it has a chance to open the next lock. I gave it a try and it didn't work.
What about the next lock?
Didn't want to risk it, oddly enough. He also did say that once it works, it's gone.
Oh, well then it's definitely not for the bakery, because that would be a terrible business.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be
He's got a
great.
point.
So is Dick back then?
Yes.
Can we expect Dick's muffins in the morning?
If he remembers the recipe, yes.
It's been a while
sure,
since we've had one
no
of Dick's
cupcakes.
muffins.
Personally, I'm waiting for Dick's Long Johns.
Ooh.
Dick's
Aren't we all?
are probably just the best.
We could have gone so much
I could
worse
go
with that joke.
pastry all day.
So, anyway, if the need arises, and you're willing to pay 15 gold for that key, it's also here.
Would you take 10 silver?
Transport costs were a bit more than that.
How about a firm, crisp high five?
That is a solid form of currency.
Plus the 10 silver.
You roll me a persuasion check and we'll see.
It's so stupid if this works. Oh, it rolled off a 19-7.
Oh. If you had a high 6, you'd have had me.
Oh,
It's
well,
that extra finger that really does the trick.
Well, your store is really impressive, but unfortunately it's just too rich for me. Have a good day, sir, and I'll walk out.
I'll be very honest. You're not the first one to say it.
Well, you might want to think about that then. I will also leave with Iso. And no, I won't leave Petunia alone.
I leave. No,
Okay,
I
we
leave.
leave.
I leave. I'm ready. I'm ready to go back to the room. I need to.
You're always
recover
welcome,
a
Furball
wee
friend.
bit.
You know, Petunia, before I just thought of something. I think I need to head back to the guild hall. You don't need to come with if you don't want
Okay.
to. But we gathered that spider silk, and I know somebody back at home who knows how to weave spider silk into something. I was just wanting to see if Sergei might still have some connections with the Drow homeland and would be able to send it, or so I'm sure the tailor here is nice, but there's just a special technique that we've learned work with spider silk.
Have we even
I
gone
think-
to the tailor yet?
Yeah, you guys went to the tailor when you sold your wolf skins.
Yeah.
Yes, you did the wolf
Okay.
pelts to him,
Her,
I'm gonna
I think.
keep my.
which still
book the way it
has
is,
several days to go on.
But I definitely want to go back to the room and rest, and perhaps cast a spell that takes an hour before.
Actually,
I
no,
take
wait.
a
You guys just straight up sold those, didn't
Yeah, they sold them.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
See, I
Yeah, it
just
takes
need
an
to
hour to do
drop
the
off the
spell.
spider silk if he has a way of sending it back, and then I'll be back in.
Okay. As you return, Razir, his wife, Shuki, welcome you in. It is a great honor to have you return. Do you require dinner? Or just
Yes.
rooms for the evening?
Dinner.
Both. Dinner.
Okay. And to be clear, you guys are full still from the fruit early in the day. Like it is something that will last you the day if you
We
desire.
basically
You're
ate a
free to
good
eat.
several good berries.
Correct. You technically ate good berries.
Oh, well, I'm not hungry. Are they serving drinks?
Oh
There's
yes, of course. We
specialty
can provide coffee. We can provide tea. If you want, we have mildly flavored water.
Tea.
Tea. Yes, of course.
Tea.
Ashuki and I will get that ready for you very shortly. And you see Razir kind of quickly stand up and rush back into the kitchen. As you and Iso presumably sit down.
Still seems
Sorry.
in pretty high spirits, right?
Yes, he is speaking much faster than I meant him to as well. But yes, his appearance seems to have improved greatly in the couple of days that you've been gone.
Well, I'm glad they're still doing well. And I'll walk over towards the fire, sit down, and promptly fall asleep.
Taking Razir's... No, I'm kidding. No, there are a couple armchairs around the fire that are easy enough to pull up into, and of various sizes that it's easy enough for your turtle form to fit in. Petunia, you wanted to begin casting a spell, you said?
I have to sleep and then cast the spell, but yes.
Gotcha. Okay. We will take care of that in the morning then. Before long, they do bring you a nice pot of herbal tea. It is a bit harsh on the tongue at first, but you grow very accustomed to it quickly. Meanwhile, walking back down the street, Inigara.
Yep.
You make your way over to the guild hall once more. Can you roll me a perception check first, though, please?
Yes. Oh, God. Is it because I'm alone? 14?
14.
Yeah.
All right.
Just barely above
As you're kind of making your way down, you make it roughly there, just outside of the door, and you kind of take and kind of look around you as you kind of hear a noise down the far side of the street. And you notice that Tom and Dick have made their way into the tavern at the far end of the street.
Okay. That's it? Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
As you kind of open the door, you do hear voices on the inside.
What do I hear? I'm gonna stop.
All right. You hear
Yes.
Sergei's voice, and he states in a rather hushed tone, "Everything seems to be going well, my lady. She does not seem to suspect anything at the moment, and she is safe and well with her new companion." And you hear a voice reply back, "Perfect, Sergei. I'm glad that you're finally able to be of some use to us." And he's like, "Oh, one moment I heard the door." And then you see him kind of tuck down and pretend to be asleep as you open the door fully.
Right, can you repeat what he said? I'm sorry, I was trying to write it down and then...
Gotcha. He said that she seems to be safe, my lady.
Seems to be... Okay.
With her new adventure, like with her companions. More or less is the gist.
Safe.
If not, you can rewatch the VOD.
That's true! That's true!
Ah.
Did I recognize the voice that responded?
Why don't you roll me an intelligence check? It's been a little while since you've heard it.
Okay, so 13
Never heard it.
plus... I mean, my intelligence isn't terrible, clearly. That's skills, damn it. Plus 3, so 16?
16. Alright. You do recognize the voice.
Okay.
It takes a second, as again, it's been a little while since you've been home. But Sebheslas's voice rings clear in your mind now.
Okay.
Your grandmother was speaking.
All right, and I will watch the bot fix that. Get the rest of that. All right. So I will walk in then. Obviously.
I think you must have caught me napping again.
Yes. You seem to do that a lot.
Is there anything I can assist you with again, my lady?
Yes, actually, there is something that I think you can do for. Or hopefully, you could do for me. Do you still have ways to contact Homeland?
There's been quite a while since I've contacted anybody from home.
Do you have a way of
But
sending things
can-
that way?
perhaps find a way to contact them, yes.
Mostly,
They're looking to ship an item.
yes, we
Or something of that nature.
yes, exactly. We've came across some trapdoor spiders, and I have quite a bit of webbing that I want to send home to be spun. Want to make something.
How much do you have?
15 feet is what did I write? 15 feet? I wrote it.
That is a good amount.
15 feet of trapdoor spider silk. This is
I'm certain I can find a buyer for said item. I'll get it shipped back.
well, it's spun into something and made. I don't know, either for me or it's been a while since I've seen anyone from home, and I haven't given my grandmother a gift lately.
Interesting. You see him kind of shift a little bit when you say that. I think it would be
I
very
think she could use a good shawl.
possible to get this sent back to the sickly woods and perhaps made into something for the grandmother. You
Yes,
said?
my grandmother.
That should be doable.
Tree. What the hell has it been? It's been too long, and I haven't sent her any letter. I should let her know how I'm doing. Do you have a piece of paper? Wait, I got a piece of paper. I'm going to borrow your desk, and then I'll write a letter to my grandmother, or a little bit of my, or like close it. Take a little bit of my perfume on my thumb, and wipe it on the thing. Can you send this
Sure.
with it too? To my grandmother. And I hope something nice can be made for her.
Yes, of course. And he kind of reaches out and takes the spider silk and the letter.
And it's just a letter that tells how it's been since she's seen her grandmother and that.
Kind of a quick catch up
Yeah.
of the events. And sure. Yeah, easy enough.
And then, Sergey, what will this ask me to do to get this sent to?
Honestly, my lady, I will cover the cost. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, are you sure, Sergey? This is...
I will ensure that these items make it back home.
Alright. Thank you, Sergey.
Indeed.
And then I will head back to the tavern. Or not the tavern, but the inn.
Stay safe, my lady.
Yes, thank you, Sergey. I just got to ask. You're just so cold. We need to get you a blanket or something.
No, it's fine. It's just in age you tend to not retain the body heat, and it's been a while since I've been home. That I can't connect with the stone the same way. So the fire is needed.
Understandable.
Thank you for your concern. You see him kind of pick up his chair and scooch it a little bit.
Okay. And then I'll head back to the inn. And I have to ask,
Alright.
is Iso still sleeping?
Probably.
Okay. I want to go up quietly to
Yep.
Iso. And I'm going to try to put one gold coin somewhere in one of his pouches.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
What's a 4? I think I got a +3 at most on that.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
7?
so Iso, as you're kind of snoozing there a little bit, you feel a creep up and begin rummaging what they think is as quietly and stealthily through your bags, and you feel them kind of like close it back up and try silently.
You kind of cut out at the end.
Try is the key word. I cut
Issa
out.
will rouse from sleep, but rather quickly spin and start spouting in Aquan. But again, as we're above water, it just comes out as a bunch of screeching. So yeah, you get that right in your face, Inyara.
I was just trying to put it back. Sorry. I don't
what
know.
do you think you're doing sneaking up on an old man who is sleeping?
Just trying to put this back on your thing. Is I'm just sitting there with like your pouch, trying to put your pouch back on your thing.
You need it far more than I do. Please keep it.
But
But please don't sneak up on me when I'm sleeping. That's rude.
I was,
Talk to me when I'm awake.
but then I can't surprise you with the like you pull and you're like, oh, I'm more richer than I thought.
No, I know how much I have.
Oh, that's where that gold coin went.
And actually, I don't have any gold. I gave it all to you. All I have left is silver.
All right.
I appreciate the thought. Please come to my face next time. Don't give me a coronary next time, please.
All right. And then I will, I don't know, go sit with Petunia. It's kind of awkward to leave after that, though, too, technically. I just got scolded, like, I'm sorry.
Did I tell the baker we were gonna meet him at the tavern?
We did.
You did.
I might need to go to the tavern.
Oh, the other two, Tom and Harry, also went to the tavern. Saw them on my way.
Oh, we should go to the tavern.
Iso is going to sit back down in the chair and go back to sleep because real me has to call it because I gotta work in the morning.
Yeah, no
Yes,
worries.
And we can go back to the tavern and meet with the baker.
Yeah,
next time.
first thing in the morning. That's
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah,
I was actually going to
first thing in the morning.
say that'll be our cut point. We'll say that you guys find rest here in, kind of ignoring the fact that you were going to meet those three, or the one for sure at the tavern.
Well,
Razir and Ashuki give you free room as per previous agreements, and you all think takes the time and secures off your rooms with a lock, which I will not forget this time. I'm 100%.
third time's the charm.
And the next time we get together, which will not be next week as it is Halloween week, we will meet back early November and head over to the tavern.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh. Happy Halloween.
Yes. Happy
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And with that, have a good night, and we'll see you next time.